All right, I checked. It is episode 29. You were right. Oh, yeah.
All
right.
What the
Yep.
fuck?
You didn't even crack your soda can.
So,
Do you even have a can? Do you have a can right now?
Oh, sorry. Is this your job? Do you have a note card that says the order you say things? No, everybody shut the fuck up.
Do you have a note card that says what
right,
episode it is?
It's episode 29. It's episode 29. I already said it.
Keep this in the edit.
All right, you. Are we done? All right, you guys. Welcome back to Run Pack Goes Plane Walking, episode 29. Let's get into it. Last week, we had a sort of murder mystery episode, but that's not how it started. So let's get to the beginning. It all started with us speaking with Abel in the morning a little bit, learning a little more about what has been happening in Valhalla since Oro left. We learned that Abel immediately knew something was wrong because Orpheus was acting too intelligent. Very unusual.
True.
Riddice apparently was a big proponent of sending Abel to the material plane to keep Orpheus company, but Abel says he believes her real wish was to bring Orpheus back. Also, he mentioned that Riddice has been acting irrational and spending all her time with Iceland in the form of Orpheus. Dionysia has also been going off the deep end, unsurprising, given, every interaction we've had with her so far. Meanwhile, Abel was doing his own private investigating, specifically with Rex Ymir, who had apparently captured Orpheus for a very long time. Abel got himself captured by Beazle, Rex Ymir's right-hand woman, and learned that she had been the one to magically gather truth from, in air quotes, Orpheus, actually Iceland, and learn things, that she came from the material plane, that she was born in Lettermore, etc. Based on this, Abel determined he would come to the material plane and try to get to Lettermore to learn more about his new enemy. After this long conversation, we departed to get Malagus from the stockades, which was in the dock ward. We got Malagus out of jail and learned that there had been a professor killed nearby. Given that we were good friends with the professor who was going to the dock ward to meet a sketchy individual the night before, this freaked us out. And we found out that unfortunately it was, in fact, Dr. Him who was murdered in the dock ward in an alleyway. The law masters took some convincing, but they let us investigate the scene. They also told us their current findings, which was that they had a boot print. They had marks of damage on the cobbled stones, autognome scraps, and then they thought it might be a student or tenured staff member. However, I found a couple tiny scraps of paper and a bit of powdered diamond, which implied there must have been a glyph of warding cast here. We asked around the dock ward a bit. Using Abel's connections, but no one had any solid information. We then went to investigate Dr. Him's office at the university. We found academic journals, textbooks, all sorts of things on everything from automatons to free will. However, Dulum located a lecture that was out of place, logged out of alphabetical order. It was supposedly on mechanical rhythmic artificial hearts, but it was actually a group of personal writings, almost diary entries written by Dr. Him. And in between the pages was a sealed envelope entitled, "In the Event of Complete Core Degradation." At the time, Dulum didn't want to read this envelope as it was not sure if Dr. Him's core had completely degraded, as we had not gone to see the body. But one thing we did learn from this book was that Dr. Him suspected the inevitables were coming for him. The inevitables are a sort of inherent fear that all autognomes have, almost like an autognome scary story. A group of conscious, intelligent constructs that carry out Primus's will across the multiverse. According to Deimos, also, apparently Mystra sort of like rents them out and uses them to punish bad wizards. After this, we went to go see the body. We learned it was 2 diviners who had identified the body, and given the fact that Dr. Him was meeting with a divination wizard that night, that made at least me suspicious that he might have faked his own death, having some divination wizard confirm that he had been killed as he thought he was going to be killed anyways by the inevitables. We spoke with the guard who was on watch in that alleyway, who claimed he had seen nothing, and we found that there was a modify memory spell cast on him. Deimos searched his mind and found the memory of the sound of an instrument affecting him, a bassoon or tuba perhaps, which is very interesting as that same night of the murder there was a terrorist attack carried out by a group of musicians called the Symphony, one of whom we have already apprehended. And we talked to Captain Topher, best buddy, and he escorted us to the Blackstaff, where all the wizards go. Meanwhile, Deimos informed us all that he had received a sending, and Volker was sending him 40 good boy bucks. At Blackstaff Tower, after some initial troubles, we made it inside, where we met a hobgoblin woman who had been disguised as a fish inside of a tank, who jumped out and introduced herself as Glag the Wet. She guided us up this tower. We saw things like a teleport pad and a combat trading room and a combat training room. Also a sort of lounge that had windows looking out onto different planes, including Mechanicus. But unfortunately, Dulam, actually looking at it, confirmed that these were not current images of the plane, but rather old recordings, basically.
Boo.
Boo, boo. Our main goal in coming here was to talk to the prisoner we had turned over to the Blackstaff mages, one Piccolo of the Symphony of Neth. But in order to speak to him, Glag didn't really have, security clearance for that, so she brought us to Master Skelevar Druid, who's fucking crazy and, sort of rude. But he did eventually agree to allow us to see the prisoner, though he warned us that the prisoner had a touch of memory magic in his head. On our way to see the prisoner, Dulam, I skipped us seeing the body, didn't I? We also went to see the body and confirmed it was probably beyond saving or repairs, unfortunately.
This is a bit scattered.
Hello?
What happened to all your sticky notes?
I don't write my session notes on sticky notes. I type them in a Word document, like a lawyer would.
That's very lawyerly.
What can I say? I hope now all our fans assume I'm really smart.
Devastating.
What happened next?
Okay, then we went to see the prisoner, whose mind had degraded pretty drastically from when Dulam and I last saw him. He was mostly speaking in nonsensical phrases and sort of non sequiturs, very unclear. We found evidence of arcane dust on his head, implying there had been some sort of a spell. Deimos did clairvoyance inside of his skull and found a little yellow particle glowing in there.
Great move, by the way. Really cool.
Really excellent move, Deimos.
Thank you.
He was humming a song throughout it all, which Dulam had the idea to start interpolating notes from the song to try to guess where it would continue. And it did seem the further we got into the song, the more coherent he became. Because of this, we teleported in the resident musician, Abel, who doesn't remember the song, but thought he might be able to figure out where it went. As Dulam and Abel began to have success, Piccolo began to cry, and we basically left off there in the interrogation room, somewhat at a loss for what to do next.
All right, yeah, I hope you guys have been given a lot of good time to what the fuck you're going to do with this prisoner who you guys have made cry. So, with that, we're going to pick right back up inside of the prison cell, inside the Blackstaff Tower, up high above where the tower would theoretically rise by itself. You guys passed a great many floors to reach this one that housed a small circular prison. You're all crammed inside now with Master Skelevar sort of posed in the corner. He has his hands outstretched and some crackles of arcane energy dance between his fingertips as he preps a spell a little nervous about what you guys are all doing and ready to blast out if something unusual happens. The rest of you are huddled around this individual who you know by only the name Piccolo. Piccolo is huddled in a heap of himself, crying softly, and his mind practically exposed to all of you, literally exposed to Demos, who is up in there. Demos, your detect thoughts is still up, and you can feel these pieces coming back together as he seems to be sobbing in loss of something, some sort of profound sadness that doesn't stem from any one location. You all are sort of huddled around this individual, and you have the beginnings of a song, but as Abel just informed you all, and he'll have him say it again here, where Abel informs you, yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to give you a song anytime soon for this. We could perhaps work out the notes themselves. I mean, Dulam here has a pretty authentic memory when it comes to these things, but I'm really not sure we could get you that tune immediately. He's got a nervous look on his face, and just as you guys come around here, Master Skelevar chants out in sort of a humming voice, just so you know, the evening draws near, the prisoner is due for execution soon. I would ask that you hurry it up.
How many hours until he's scheduled to be executed?
Let me check. And the figure pulls out from his billowing, mismatched robes looks like a small stopwatch. He holds it up. You hear a slight ticking as he clicks it a few times, and a bit of an arcane glow emanates from the front. He stares down and goes, looks like you have about 90 minutes.
Shit.
Okay,
any ideas, people?
There's no way we can get a tune that fast. Perhaps if we get further and further, we can get more out of his memories.
I do think we have several strategies we could do here. If there's somehow a way I could cast Dispel Magic in his mind, maybe we could get rid of the little magic orb that's in there that's maybe doing this to him. If anyone could think how that could be possible.
Skelevar calls from the corner. I already tried that, and Dispel Magic on the entire body. Nothing's stuck.
Perhaps we could cut it out, worst comes to worst.
Are any of us qualified to do that?
Okay, not popular option.
I feel like Jaya's got experience with, field medicine, right? Like amputation.
Jaya, have you ever done brain surgery in the field?
I can't say that I'd done anything with the brain that was like neurosurgery. I can stitch someone up, but
I will not stay in this room as you massacre that body.
I don't feel comfortable going into that brain. I know I fucked it up.
We've done a lot fucking worse to people higher.
I don't want to die either way, but
I don't like it.
Let's think of other options. That book you kept.
Is that worth reading?
See, the problem is, I feel like we're in a mixed company right now.
Yeah, sort of hear a voice from the corner. What book?
Oh, nothing. We just keep a dictionary on hand for timely passings.
Medical book?
Yes.
Well, some of us aren't the brightest, and some of us need some definitions from time to time.
If you were willing to leave the room, we would just be doing stuff to try to help this the people of the city, like the victims. So if you just didn't need to be in the room for 90 minutes or so, that would be great.
You want to roll a persuasion check higher?
We would all really appreciate it. Can I give him help?
That is fucked up. Yes, you can give help.
Yeah.
This is fucked up. Oh, +2. Let's go. Oh, sorry,
you don't want to see what we're going to be doing in here?
Aw. 16.
Okay. You see the figure consider it for a moment, and then he goes, I think I would actually quite like to see what you're gonna do to my prisoner in here. You see, that is still my prisoner, and I owe it to the open lord to keep an eye on him. You see, if somehow you all are here to bust him out, I need to be here to witness it. You must understand.
So is he your personal prisoner?
A prisoner of the tower. If you'd like, I could bring in the Grand Master of the tower and have him watch you instead, but he's quite busy and would be very annoyed by this.
We would like that, yes.
We would like that.
Yes, we would.
You might be quite
Is
upset.
the Grandmaster one of the... Oh, what do you call him? One of the enforcers?
Enforcers? I believe you met him, Archmage Althorn.
Oh, yes, I would like him.
He's quite busy, though. I don't think he would be very happy brought in here.
Hire looks at him and goes, please, we'll do anything.
He said he'd give us a favor, so here it is.
The figure sort of looks back and forth and goes, this sort of already is your favor. I don't know in what circumstances you met him, but he's not a very friendly person.
Oh, I understand. You don't want to piss off your boss.
Can one of us go talk to him?
I believe I am much more no, he's in his study right now. I'll be the one to fetch him.
Okay, thank you.
Are you sure? Are you quite sure?
Guys, is this worth casting sending?
Let's have him go get this guy. We're sure, thank you.
He considers. On a 16, he finally nods his head and goes, all right, I'll be back in about 30 seconds, I'd wager. Maybe 45. Don't do anything while I'm gone, yes?
We'll miss you.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, yes. He stands up, sort of pats down his clothes. You see the arcane glow of his fingers dissipate for a moment, and he points to all of you guys and says, listen, I'm doing you all a favor letting you in here. If I find any magic has been cast in this room when I get back, you'll all be punished severely by the Archmage himself.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Good. He, sort of pats out his hands and makes for the door. As he does so, he sort of unlatches it, unlocks a huge lock, and then he turns back and goes, I'll have to lock you inside for the time being. I'm sure you all understand.
Makes perfect sense.
Good, yes.
You're
steps
locking us
out.
in a cell with a prisoner?
Yes, you're sure you understand. You asked me to go do this.
No, you should. Thank you. Sorry.
Right, yes. He steps outside. He closes the door behind him. You hear a heavy thunking latch, and you guys are left in this sort of circular, windowless room with Piccolo still sobbing on the ground. You have about 30 seconds, you wager. Well, what was the point of that? What was the point?
It gives us a moment alone. I told a lie just then. I'm not going to miss him that much.
Goodness, Orpheus, what a no-good person you are.
I'm sorry. Okay, but stay focused. If we're going to do the book thing, we need to now. I remembered when Hired was reading through it, there was a spell, Create Memory, right?
That does sound familiar.
Can I
So
roll a history check on that one? Or do you guys know for sure?
I do not know for sure. I think it was... I was racking my brain all week to try to remember, and I thought that was there, but I didn't write it down, so I can't be sure.
Can I roll a history check, Mason?
Please do so, yeah.
God, I really should have written all these down. I'm so sad. It was almost a nat 20. 10.
Okay, with a 10, you do remember there was the reversed arcana of Modify Memory. It's in the book. You remember seeing it, but you don't remember its name, and honestly, you don't really remember what page number it was on.
Guys, get me back in there.
Well,
I can do this. I can do this.
Are you sure? Okay, we don't have time. Let him at it.
Oh, could I
Okay.
step in for a moment? This is not a good idea. I don't recommend this. Last time you nearly killed yourself, Hire. You were hurt for days. You remember how exhausted you were? You just finally slept good last night.
Yeah, well, last time I went too far, and I think I knew that. But this time I won't have to go as far. And
We can switch off every page.
Yeah, and if it gets that bad, we'll just switch off.
But this is dangerous. This book is dangerous. It hurts you. I mean, I hate to say it, but Dulum, you have a perfect memory. Do you remember seeing at all when Hire was talking about Modify Memory in here?
Do I remember?
You remember Hire talking about it, but of course you didn't read the book itself because it would have probably hurt you, so you wouldn't have known what page number it was on.
Could I remember in between what spells it was?
Yes, you could. I don't have a list for you right now, but if one comes up, I'll share it.
Okay, I have a rough idea of where it is.
And you remember
gosh.
that the name of the spell as well. It was called Manifest Memory.
It sounds like it could maybe work.
Yeah, that's...
Though I don't
that's
really like
pretty-
this book.
No.
Well, my other idea is to kidnap this guy and I don't know, not let him die. I don't want to see this guy die, I feel.
I mean, Higher, he did commit fucking terrorism.
He was a pretty horrible person.
You were there, remember? You saved all those people.
Yeah, but I don't know. He had so much time to pull the trigger, and he never did. I don't really know if he wanted to hurt people.
I don't think you put 150 bombs in a room of people without wanting to hurt them.
Yes.
And he didn't feel bad about it afterwards. I spoke with him at length, as did Dylan.
Yeah, well, he didn't even do anything afterwards. Or, like, he didn't even kill anyone, so what was he to be sorry for? I mean, setting it up.
Yeah.
I guess, but...
Seems like
that
was pretty bad all on its own.
I really don't know if the punishment is death for me.
Either way, I sort of don't think we should kidnap him. It's not really our place here. I think we should just try to get as much information as we can. Maybe
Okay,
if
cool.
we can
I'll read the book
prove...
then.
Okay, if we can fix his mind and prove he's worthwhile, that could be a good way to avoid having him killed.
True.
I just, people get executed all the fucking time in this city, you guys.
Yeah,
I think if we
let's hold
go
off on
around
this
trying
discussion.
to save every person... Yeah, all right.
He has information to offer. There's a chance they would keep him alive for a limited time. He might not take that offer, but if we can somehow get him back and convince him, then
Exactly.
that's something.
It's a chance, and we don't have that much time, so let's get cracking on this book.
Funny enough, about 30 seconds have already gone by. You notice no one's come back yet.
We just can't know. Let's get started.
I think he was lying about the time. How devilish.
I think so too, but, it's not going to be a lot of time.
All right, who wants to crack open the book?
Give it to me.
Higher, you want to go page one?
No, I'm going to the table of contents.
I'll like go to the book with Higher and like estimate around where I think it is. Should I make a check for that? Like
yeah,
before
give me,
opening the book?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Give me let me think, because it's an interesting thought. I guess because you have perfect memory, so I guess just give me a perception check for what you would have gotten in that moment.
Okay, yeah.
Wild.
It's a 17.
Okay, pretty good. Higher, you see that Dulam points out like a rough section of 15 pages out of the some 300 in this book, and Dulam, you're pretty sure it was one of these 15 pages.
It's one of those, I think.
God, Dylan, I don't know how you do what you do. That's crazy. Okay,
Brilliant.
I'll start reading.
Okay, you pop it open. It's about a third the way through the book in total. See, this is why we need to have bookmarks for the horrible book.
Yeah.
God, we
Pretty
should have
tagging.
used a bookmark.
I mean, we
but
can now.
True,
theoretically.
yeah, true. I imagine. Do any of you guys have books? Like, do you own books? Because I imagine you'd own some bookmarks.
Probably Deimos.
Deimos, you a book owner?
Yes, I am, sir.
Higher is a book owner. As
Such
well.
an educated gentleman. Both of you.
It's like
Okay, yeah.
carrying around bricks in your backpack.
It's called weight training, Orpheus. You should try it sometime.
I like the sound of that.
I have a poetry book with me.
It's very sensitive.
All right, you throw it open, Higher, right to the first of these 15 pages that Dulam pointed out. And immediately upon reading the first words on this page, I'm going to need you to make a saving throw for me. Let me find my stat block for this item. I think it was an intelligence saving throw.
Guys, is it worth casting Bless? I know that would be magic, but...
He said he would know if we cast magic.
I don't know, are we powerful enough to hide that?
I feel like probably not.
Okay, I'll read it straight up then.
He's a trooper.
I was thinking about casting Bless, but that's okay. Is it intelligence?
Hold on, I'm still scrolling. Sorry, I gotta dig for this one. He's
Oh,
digging,
good.
boys.
What? You didn't expect we were going to crack open the cursed tome in the interrogation room?
Mason, it can be wisdom, like, if you want.
Oh.
Or maybe, like, Cha.
Mm.
+7, +5, respectively.
Yeah, that,
Plus
Yeah,
7,
no.
plus 5? Oh,
Yeah.
it's a saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Confessing to the podcast that I'm min-maxing.
I hear that's okay.
Well, now it's like, it's for the fans.
Okay, I found it. It is a wisdom saving throw or take 3d12 damage.
So huge for me.
So yeah, give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
15.
Okay, that first roll is unfortunately a failure.
Off to a good start.
You read the first page. Immediately, you are stricken with 21 points of psychic damage that rends through your mind, and immediately a throbbing headache comes on as you read this first page.
21 damage. Bleeding.
This is a reversed arcana spell of power word heal.
That's nice.
And it is effectively an explanation of a power word harm.
Oh.
It can hit multiple people at once, and such like power word heal can.
It's not nice.
It's not very nice. It's reversed, baby. You scroll to the next page. Give me another roll, please.
You can tap out at any time, buddy.
Can I
I
get...
do not approve of this.
Oh my god, was Malgus the only one to get a potion, or was there another person?
I bought 2. I already used 1. Do you need a fucking potion for this hire?
Here, wait. Oh, but we're not supposed to cast
And the hire coughs up blood. I'll pay it back.
Hired, just pass it to one of us. We can all take turns reading. Spread the load.
Yeah, I could read it if you want hire. I'm very wise, they tell me.
I was thinking maybe like me, Deimos, and Dulam, other spellcasters.
No,
Fuck
you're
you
right.
guys know.
We should all do it. I'll pass it to Orpheus. Spoke up over
Alright,
Malgus
Orpheus.
first.
Wisdom
Okay,
saving
I'll-
throw.
Oh, yeah.
Malgus starts
walk over-
pouting.
I'll walk over to Oro and give a word.
Oh, a word?
A ward.
Oh. Okay, I got a... What does a ward do? I rolled a 6 on my first roll.
I give you basically like 13 temp HP.
Okay, my first roll was a 6, though, so that is a fail, maybe?
That is a
Does that feel
failure,
like a
yes.
fail?
It is 3d12 damage. I just rolled it. The amount was 14, which is less than higher. So actually that is almost fully the ward, just plus 1 extra psychic damage.
Sick.
Up next, who wants to take the book? Or Orpheus, you want to go at it again?
Oh, so I'm assuming the spell I saw was not the correct one.
sorry. I'm skipping things, huh?
It's okay.
This was a reversed arcana of create food and water.
Oh.
This was infect food and water.
I'm not evil, so I won't learn that. But if I was still Finn, I would be learning that shit. I would be taking notes. I'll go for the next page. I only lost 1 HP on that.
All right, you scroll to the next one. Give me another wisdom saving throw, please. Another few seconds goes by. I'll sort of say for each of you guys, it takes about 6 seconds to skim the page, enough to see if it's what you want, and then take the damage. So, about
Cool.
18
Okay.
seconds have gone by now.
My wisdom save is 9.
That is also a failure, Orpheus, as next you take, another low roll, 10 damage.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
So like when we're reading the book, like when we take the damage, is it just for the one page on the left side, or are we reading the left and the right?
So funny enough, the way this book is written is that stuff is only printed on the right side of the page. The left is blank in each of these.
Could to speed things up theoretically, could the page be lifted and have one person read it from one angle and the other person read it from the other angle?
I like this.
I would allow that, yeah. You guys would sort of
Okay,
have to
then I
squish next to
start
each other.
Fuck
All right.
yes.
Orpheus, the page gets sort of picked up underneath you. Jaya, give me a wisdom saving throw, please. The page... Ooh, that is probably going to be a failure, my friends.
Got a 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
Second 6
All right, so
of the day.
That is going to be full damage then of 3d12. That's 28 psychic damage rending through your mind, Jaya. You feel an immediate migraine hit you hard.
You said 28?
28, yes. And
yeah.
Orpheus, on the page you just read, it was the reversed arcana of eye bite. It read mouth seed.
Would it take more time for me to try to know what the fuck this spell does?
To memorize it, yes.
Okay, I just want to try to memorize what page this is on.
There are no page numbers in here.
Great. Can I at least know what the spell does, or am I just getting the title?
So fucked up.
Sure. You read through a little bit more while Jaya... I imagine it takes a second for Jaya to sneak in under you. You can basically, by casting Eye Bite, the 6th level spell, you can reverse it to cast Mouth C, which is effectively a person rolls a wisdom saving throw, or you effectively treat them as a host to a sort of pseudo divination spell where you can see out of their mouth. That's it.
That's pretty sick.
Whoa.
I can't learn that. It's way too high level. But Maisie wanted to know, and I'm glad I got to. I can go one more time. I'll sneak in under Jaya again, back and forth, back and forth.
All right, Jaya, on your run, which, it was a nasty 28 damage. Ouch.
Ouch.
You, of course, find the reversed arcana of Find the Path, which is an advanced form of confusion that you can cast on people.
Ooh.
You read it, it blurs through your head, though, Jaya, as pain ruptures out, and Orpheus immediately sneaks under you to read another page. At this point, you guys hear sort of a call from the corner where Abel goes, excuse me, Colonel, your nose is bleeding there. Is what you're doing really safe? You look quite unwell.
Let's run it back!
Is this thing cursed? Can someone tell me what's going on? I thought we were playing music. This man is still mumbling to himself, and we had 30 seconds with him alone, and yet you're reading a damned book.
It's better you don't know.
He sort of looks at you.
At least, like, not right now. Maybe.
Damn it, there's no communication among this troop. He sort of storms off in the corner of the room. You flip to the next page, Orpheus. Give me a wisdom saving throw. What'd you get?
Yeah, baby.
Whoever
And I
looks
get to do it
bloodier,
in-
I'm gonna give a ward.
I think Jaya is probably worse. I have gotten
I
very
have
lucky with my
18
rolls so far.
HP.
Yeah, Jaya's worse.
Guess I'll stabilize you if you go down.
Okay,
God.
wisdom save. And I get to do it in D&D Beyond right now, so you guys know I'm not faking all these 6s and 9s. And it's another 9! And that one's real, you can see it.
Classic Maisie to fake a low roll.
It's the D&D move right there. Okay, so that is a failure. Orpheus, you'll be taking 21 psychic damage.
Okay, I'm not dead, but I should not continue doing this.
Me next.
You're
Jaya
still
gets under
going?
that.
I fucking won!
No, guys, this isn't a competition. Stop hurting
Dirty
yourself.
20. I'm up. I'm so up.
Orpheus, you read a brief
what spell
reversed
killed me?
arcana of a sorry, what? Killed
What?
you?
Well, no, sorry, it didn't kill. What spell took me out, coach?
It is a reversed of summon lesser demon. It is now the reverse, which is banish lesser demons.
Fuck, that's even like kind of a nice thing to do. But I can't learn it, so.
And up next, Jaya, you finally flip to a page that at the top it reads Manifest Memory.
Found it.
On a nat 20, though, you will still take damage. You'll be taking half of 3d12. So just as you begin reading the title and understanding it, you take 15 divided by 2, rounded down, we'll say 7 psychic damage.
I gave you 14 temp HP, Jaya.
Oh, sweet. Also, I don't think it changes anything, but it was a dirty 20.
Yeah, that's a success. You got it.
Okay. I'm so itty bitty on the map.
Oh my god. So you are still bleeding, though, and you sort of hear a cry from the corner. God damn it, this can't be rational. What are you doing in there? The colonel's practically falling over.
I found what we needed.
I
find
don't
it, you
think we have any
start-
better
Jaya.
options.
You open it up, Jaya, you start reading it, and your eyes are starting to cross, and it's starting to dawn on you that you don't actually know how to cast spells. So the actual, descriptions of this stuff is sort of meaningless to you.
Okay, but I found the page.
But you found the page.
Woohoo!
Now I can't do the magics. Who wants to do the magics?
You did good, Sergeant.
Thank you.
I looked at Deimos.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I guess I'll have a look.
I'm really sorry. I don't want Malagus to do it.
Oh, I'm a
Good
great
luck.
spellcaster. Get me
Good
in
luck.
there.
You
Why
didn't
wasn't
hear
I a
that.
part of this? I just feel like someone out there is thinking I'm not a good spellcaster, so.
Impossible. Malagus, you're great. We've seen it firsthand. He can't.
All right, Demos, do you want to read out of the evil book, the evil spell?
Yes, please.
Excellent. Demos, what's your alignment? If you want to DM it to me, if you're afraid to tell the people, you can.
I
There,
don't
you
DM
can't
you
surprise
so
us.
good.
You're not going to tell the podcast?
I'm sure
You
the
know,
podcast
by
will
not
find out.
saying it, you're kind of saying it.
That is really true.
What? It's just you guys won't believe me when I say lawful good. So.
Nope.
All right, Demos, you crack this bad boy open, and can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yes. Holy +1.
Using the rest of my sorcery points, I'll give you 12 temp HP.
Holy.
Thank you. Does 15 succeed?
A 15 does not succeed, unfortunately. That's just under. But it's a low roll for damage, so you take a total of 10 psychic damage reading this.
Nice.
So you open the book, or rather, you're handed the book by Jaya, who... You look at Jaya. Jaya's not looking great. Like, eye bags growing under the eyes. The arthritis on the knuckles looks way worse. There's sort of a nosebleed happening.
How can you see the arthritis on Jaya's knuckles?
You know, when people have those big knuckles?
That's visibly getting worse.
Oh, yeah. You even think you can see maybe a thin vein on the forehead pounding.
Oh.
You read it, and you see a spell, a description of a spell, as if this was a... You sort of look down at it and memorize it. It's like a spell scroll. This spell defines a spell entitled Manifest Memory. You see it costs the same as a Modify Memory, meaning it is the same level spell, and you sort of need to know Modify Memory, the spell, to be able to cast it.
Shit.
Similarly, it also details what looks, and you get a chance to spend a little bit more time with it, with the verbal components, the somatic components required to cast it, and your brain kind of fogs as you read it, and the text seems to crawl around and gives you this icky feeling.
Oh.
Now, Demos, do you have the spell Modify Memory?
No. No, I do not.
No. I do believe that's above your spell level, right?
Yes.
So you see it, you see how to do it, it's just you're unable to cast it right now.
Fuck.
Does Demos relay this to the team?
Yes.
Could you copy it down on a piece of paper so we could hand it over to the wizards like, hey guys, here's this spell, if any of you can cast it?
I guess I don't see why not. Could I pull out a page from my journal, Mason, and try to copy the details?
Yes, you pull out the page and slowly begin writing it down. It does dawn on you here, Demos, that this is, a page of paper in a book. This is technically a part... Yeah, if you say, for example, ripped out this page, you could use this as a spell scroll if you'd like. It would be one-time use only, but it would be the kind of thing that, like all spell scrolls, you don't actually need to know Modify Memory to be able to cast it.
Oh.
But you could do that as well.
Huh. I don't know, guys. What do you think? We could use it once and never again.
I feel like we shouldn't be using it most of the time, so it feels good to use it right now and be done with it.
Well, I will say right now, if we're coming across this Symphony of Neth so often, and this is already the second person we found whose memories they've stolen, it seems like we might be using it a lot of the time soon.
Well, but certainly they don't use different methods every time. If you can figure out what happened to this gentleman, then you'd probably be able to crack all of them.
How? Oh, like ask him how, and maybe he knows the solution?
Or, I don't know, if they took his memories from him, then maybe you'll learn the method and we can know how to fix it next time.
I mean, we know it's the spore. I don't... Maybe. Yeah.
The spore?
The thing in his brain, the little glowing yellow thing.
Just to remind you, Oriface, what you saw in his brain was more like little flecks of arcane energy, like magic.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't anything physical. It was definitely a spell that you felt. Or rather, the spell that Demos saw. That was the description of it. Higher, give me a perception check.
Oh, Your Honor. Okay. 17, Your Honor.
Okay. No, what you guys are mostly hearing right now is the sort of passive crying sound of this man sitting down, huddled in a ball on the ground. But over it, or rather under it, I should say, higher, you hear gentle footsteps coming down the hallway behind the door.
I want. I kind of not like I guess yelled my group, but try to say it like a appropriate volume so most of us can hear, but not other people too far. Guys, they're coming. Should I try to distract him? And then I want to run over to the crazy guy, and I want to slip my ring of calm emotions on him. and see if that
So they're
does
actually.
anything.
Oh, interesting. All right. You
That's a great idea.
slide over to the guy on the ground and you put the ring on his hand. He sort of looks up and goes, "Oh, what is it?" And you put it on and you flick it, and you see his eyes go kind of wide and his mouth sag a bit of drool coming out.
Maybe you need this more than I do, buddy. Guys, should we distract him?
I don't know how we can distract them. I think we just need to make a call. Deimos, do you want to cast the spell now? I trust your judgment.
Okay, if we're gonna cast a spell either way, it's against their rules. Shouldn't we wait to convince them at least? Either way, we can still cast the spell.
I'm going to tear the page out of the book and put the book away.
Okay, you slice
Brilliant.
it out. As you do so, you guys all hear a horrible sound. Nails on chalkboard. This sound as the page is ripped out. Demos, it scalds your ears, and for a moment you feel your fingers bleeding a bit as the page almost paper cuts you as you tear it out. The page goes flying out, and you look back in, and you see just for a split second in the seam of the book, right where that page was, hundreds of tiny little squirming, writhing, worm-like insects with tiny mouths reaching up and squirming right about where the page was. You blink your eyes, and they disappear, and the page is gone.
My God.
You place the book away just as you guys all hear a loud bong, bong, bong on the outside of the door. Higher?
That looked fucked up. It's okay. Well, surely we can heal you after with remove curse. Surely.
You can probably let them in higher. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. I agree.
Just as you begin walking over higher, the door actually opens from the other side. You hear a loud clink, 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 metal opening mechanisms, and the door is thrown open. As making his way back in, a little nervous now is Master Skelevar. He's got his hands clasped close to his chest and his arms curled in, and he's got this nervous smile as he sees you all, and he goes, Archmage Althorn here to see you all. Turns out he was in the middle of a very important spell, so he's a bit... And you hear a voice sort of shout over him from behind him, "You shut up out there!
What's this guy's name one more time?
This is Archmage Althorn.
Thank you.
The figure walks in. You guys get a better look at this this man who walks in here. Some of you guys have seen him the night before. Just a real crotchety, old-looking human man. Wizened white beard and wispy white hair along the top of his head. He's got sort of a strange square hat atop his head, sort of Albus Dumbledore style, and wears long, billowy gray robes. In all manner, he doesn't look that experienced per se, just because the manner of his clothing is a bit disheveled and just shoddy, and you see his hands are sort of shaking a little bit, and they look extremely wizened. His knuckles all extremely punched out against his skin, almost cracking the flesh. He's also got some crazy eyes, almost bloodshot, and as he sort of waddles in, you can tell he's got a bit of a limp. His gray robes pick up some dirt and muck along the ground as he walks, and he almost looks like your sort of average street magician. He sort of yells out into the room, "Who dares disturb my studies? This better be good."
Yes, sir. Remember, it's
You from the other night. Yes, I know you. Yes, I gave you one favor. Your favor was to break your brother out of jail, wasn't it?
Please, this is unrelated. This could help save other people.
I don't give a damn. You being even allowed inside this tower was a heinous fucking mistake. I'll have a word with my intern downstairs. That apprentice. Oh, the wet one. I'll get a...
No, there's a reason we're here. You need to let us help here. Just listen to us first.
You have 6 seconds of my time, and afterward I'm smiting this man down where he stands. The open Lord
Do you want
commands
to see
it.
a spell you've never seen before?
That's how you're introducing it.
He goes quiet for a moment. You notice this catches his attention.
Oh, wait.
You see, like, stage fright kick in. There is all of your men tried to fix this prisoner. The prisoner, Dillam, and I delivered to you last night, and they couldn't, and his memory is kaput, and Deimos is the most excellent wizard who is into Blackstaff, and he's going to show you a new spell. You're welcome.
Deimos? Which one of you is Deimos?
I raise my hand, I guess.
All right, young buck, you better show me something really interesting in the next 6 seconds, or this man goes down and the rest of you are kicked out of this tower for life.
Okay. I guess Deimos casts Manifest Memory using the page.
Okay. You pull out the page. The wizard sort of looks over and kind of goes, "Oh, what you got there? Oh." And you begin holding out your hand and uttering words. He watches, and you see his eyes go kind of wide, and he goes, "Oh, this is interesting. Wait, hold on. Goodness, let me get my spectacles." He
I
digs
wouldn't
in a
look too
coat
hard.
pocket.
He's very powerful.
He pulls out some huge bifocals, thick lenses, almost like bottles. He puts them on and watches you closely, Demos, and you see he's actually paying quite close attention now. His anger sort of replaced by curiosity for a moment as you begin casting the spell, Manifest Memory. Demos, you didn't quite get a chance to fully read the spell's description. Do you want to spend a moment reading here, or you just want to cast it?
How long do you think it would take for me to read it?
It would probably take 30 seconds, a minute maybe. It would probably take 2 or 3 minutes, maybe more like 5 or 10 to actually understand what was happening.
Oof.
He looks expectantly at you.
Could I?
Perhaps we should share the spell.
All right. Demo sort of. I think he gets closer to this archmage, and I guess he says, "Oh, perhaps together we could read this over before I cast it. Would you be interested?"
Pardon me, friend, but I make it a very personal note of mine to not read any man's spell book. It's sort of like saying their undergarments. You understand?
Worry not. This is more of a scroll, if you will. Think of it like that.
He looks at you and his eyes sort of go hard and he goes, "Listen, in my years, I had enough people place explosive runes in my hands. I am quite all right. If you're going to show me something new, make it happen now. Now, damn it."
Okay. Demos rolls his eyes and he starts casting the spell.
Okay, you hold out your hand. Who is the target of your spell? Manifest Memory, Demos.
The Mr. Piccolo.
All right, lying on the ground, less sad now. He's no longer crying, instead sort of sitting in neutral silence because of the ring that Hire placed on his finger. You reach out toward him, holding your hand out. You speak these words of power, the arcane words that this spell defines, and you all see the page in Demos' hand burn up in arcane fire, disappearing as the spell is cast once and for all. The wizard watches very interestedly. You even notice his other master wizard of the Blackstaff Tower. The guy who honestly looks a lot crazier, but Mr. Skelevar, Master Skelevar, watches as well, very interested in what you're doing here, Demos. This is something they've never seen before. Just as you finish the spell, Demos, your eyes roll to the back of your head. You fall unconscious.
Oh.
All of you watch Demos' body step backwards for a moment and then lean forward almost in a trance.
What?
Demos?
A few seconds go by. 6, 7, 10, 20 seconds. Demos doesn't respond. Demos' mouth sort of opens, slack-jawed, and you see his eyes are completely stark white. He looks possessed. Well, let's get a move on. What's going on?
Oh, no. There's no way we made him like my brother. There's no way we made him like my brother.
I don't think that's what happened. Shh. Keep it cool. You can take the ring back if you need it.
No, he needs it more. Yeah. This is part of it. Part of the spell.
This does not look like part of it. This seems very unusual. What is happening here?
Let me check on him. We can do some check on him if you'll let us do magic, and even if you won't, we could still check to see what's wrong.
Fine. Yes. Do your magic. That's fine.
I think we just need to let it do its course, Hire.
Well, I just want to cast sorry, what's the spell where you learn all spells that are?
It's identify.
So I meant identify then.
Let's just give it a minute, I think.
Okay, I just think this guy is impatient.
He does seem very impatient. Both of you guys noticed this. Honestly,
So I feel
all
like we
of
should
you
be
guys
doing
do.
something rather than not, and I don't see how identify could hurt the process.
I don't either, but I don't understand a lot of this magic. Is there any change in Deimos apparent throughout this conversation?
Demos is just standing there, slack-jawed, eyes white. You are pretty sure that whatever's happening either is perhaps still happening or something worse happened. But regardless, you're getting no reaction, and Demos does not seem to be conscious.
Okay, Hire, do you have Identify or should I cast it?
No, yeah, I don't have it. Can you
Yeah.
just cast it?
Yeah, I figured that's how this was gonna go.
I was just kind of thinking out loud.
Yeah. I'll step up and put a hand on Demos's upper arm and cast Identify upon him.
Okay, you place a hand on there, and you see the wizard raise his eyebrow and go, Identify? It's just a fucking joke! You're kidding! You're gonna guess Identify on him? It's just what? Because you're not sure what's going on? You're barely checking it at all, damn it! This was all a mistake! He stomps forward now. You cast Identify, and over the course of the minute that it takes, right, Orpheus?
I look at Hire like it's your job to distract this dude while I'm doing this.
I look at you and then like kind of look at the rest of the group, like in a "why me" sort of way.
You know why you.
Okay. I look at the guy and I say, "Look, we're casting the opposite of a spell. I don't know if it's ever been done before. Certainly not in this city, and something is happening that I think is still worth checking out with your time, right, everyone?" I'm sorry, we're all bleeding.
I normally don't walk around like this.
But you can see we really care about this, and we're trying to help people. We're putting our bodies on the line.
I feel like we're really just opening up the way for more questions.
An inverse spell? What? She seems confused and a bit agitated.
You went down a hole.
What do you want to say?
Nothing, Carter. You just kept digging the hole further and further.
No one else was saying anything, so I just kept on digging.
I'm casting
I
it.
couldn't just cut between it. I couldn't just cut with you. Just kept going.
I asked for help multiple times.
That was after you said stuff.
All right, so
No, I don't know if this
Hire,
is
you want to
this
say
damn
anything
man.
else?
No, please don't make me say anything.
Well, you sort of stopped in the middle of a sentence. Is that where you want to end?
I did. Okay, I look, please, you just have to let us consider this. Just watch for 10 more minutes. Oh, we'll pay you. We'll do anything. I promise this is worth it. Like,
Hire, I would like a very, very, very difficult persuasion check.
well, it would be great if someone gave like help.
Don't know if I
I'm
can
in a
help.
ritual spell, baby.
I
I'm
hate
true to
all
what
of you.
I'm told.
Can't you use a spell
Hello?
slot to make it go 6 seconds?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay,
Dude,
seeing my friends
idiot.
choke, I'll use the spell slot.
You're so smart. I cast a 12. I get a 12.
So Orpheus, you want to cast it in 6 seconds, or you want to?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I mean, I assume I'm still aware of my surroundings even when I'm doing the ritual. So, yeah.
So you sort of listen in, you hear that maybe it's not going so well. Hire makes an above average case, but you think with this archmage of this tower who was already brought here at an
He wasn't in
inconvenience
a
to
good
himself,
mood to
he's
begin
not in a
with,
very
yeah.
good mood. So you speed it up, you blow the spell slot. Please remove that spell slot as you immediately cast Identify. Your reveal is that the following spells are affecting Demos right now. The spell Modify Memory is currently being tracked on Demos. You notice the signature of Modify Memory is a bit fuzzy, though. Like something about it is off. That's all you can tell.
Okay. Just sort of look back. Yep, he's casting it. It's going good, I think.
Is he missing
The
a
arch-
spell component?
The Archmage looks down at Hire. His eyes narrow. He looks over at Orpheus and goes, "Damn it, I could have cast Identify on that farce. This is a waste of my time if you need a check that he's casting this spell. Clearly he's never done it before. My God, what a waste of my time."
You're witnessing history. No one's ever done this before, as far as
Look,
we know.
I'm sorry we weren't practiced, but we didn't have time to
I don't
save
give
this
a damn.
guy.
You should have practiced before you came here, before you wasted my time. Listen, I'm tasked with executing this man, and let's just say let's just get it over with now. This is a waste of my time, and I find your antics here quite unamusing. He steps forward now, trying to push past you higher to make his way toward the prisoner, Piccolo.
We can give you spells like this, and you will be so impressive in this tower.
And you know what else? I think you should be a little more worried about what your men are doing than what we're doing. Because when I turned this prisoner over to you, it wasn't like this. Somebody's tampered in his head. Wasn't one of us. And so either someone got in here and tampered with his head, or you let someone in here who tampered with his head.
I'll see to my men in due order. Thank you very much. That is not a concern of yours.
You're welcome.
And you speak of other spells like this? What does that mean?
Well,
Do you have
we're
something?
casting the opposite of a spell right now. We
You said that.
can offer potentially, looks around at the group, more of those spells.
You do catch his attention on this one, and he slowly turns back. You see his eyes are a bit suspicious, and he's got a hand out toward Piccolo, as if he was just about to do something. While this is all happening, Demos, I'll jump to you real quick. Demos, you fall asleep in almost an instant as you cast this spell. But it is not a full sleep, rather it's more of a lucid dream. You find yourself awake, sort of in your own head. You have control over the space, the world around you, and you feel like you are fully and completely in control of your dream. It's a quite freeing sensation. You probably don't lucid dream often, and this is one of those times where it's actually quite exciting. And funny enough, in this space, you feel you can sort of drift in any direction you like, and eventually you find yourself drifting out of your own skull into the room, almost like a ghost. You watch this wizard, an archmage, yelling something in a language you can't understand. Higher responds in another language you just can't understand, and your form floats and shifts across a tether to the skull of Piccolo lying on the ground. You nest solidly inside of his head, and soon enough you find yourself in another dream. Here, you look around, it's fractured, it's very broken up. It's all manifested around you, physically, sort of like an illusion, but a dream. You see mostly white, large splotches of white all around you, boxy white outlines of things. You think you're in a house somewhere, but the roof is entirely white. There's no texture to it. There's a table with a white fruit on top, and it has almost no texture to it. It's like a room that's been completely untextured. It feels empty and sort of vague. You feel a sensation in the background of this head. It's sadness, loneliness, fear, but it's all being dampened right now, which allows you a bit of peace wandering around. Eventually, you spot him, Piccolo, the man whose head you're in. You see him as a much more put-together man than he is now. He's still wearing orchestra robes, black robes with a sort of gold-white trim. He holds in his hand his instrument, the piccolo, and he's seated at a chair. You're now somewhere else. The house disappears, and you're in some sort of dank, dark, grimy place, like a sewer perhaps, but it smells almost sweet. You find bottles against the walls of this space, all whited out and empty. Wine bottles. You're in a wine cellar. You see around, he's practicing. You can't tell with who or with what exactly. The piccolo is up to his mouth, and you hear other players around him, but you don't see them. You merely see him sitting in a white chair in this all stark white room. The playing is pretty and nice, and the memory continues for a while, and you feel like you're just watching it. This is significantly more detailed than you simply detecting thoughts as you have before. Even in this man's mind, a completely broken, shattered mind, with detect thoughts you weren't able to get much more than a few sentences. But here is a picture, an image, something he didn't have any words for, nothing that you could pick out with detect thoughts, but now you're physically there watching it happen, like a third-party spectator. You watch it sort of flow from one practice to another, different locations. The wine cellar slowly morphs and changes into the, looks like back room of some sort of large, very brilliant kitchen. You seem to be in a freezer, and you're surrounded by produce and meats in the back of a kitchen. You're playing here too. Rather, you're watching Piccolo play here, sat in a white chair and playing his instrument beautifully. It's marvelous, this playing, and there are other instruments in the background, but they're muted. You can't quite hear them as well as this beautiful, shrill instrument in front of you. He's a master at it, practically perfected it. You watch the location shift yet again and again to other sort of strange locations, and eventually it settles on him what looks like in a prison cell, just like the one you're in now. He's a bit more disheveled now, still wearing his orchestra blacks, and he doesn't have his piccolo anymore. You notice it's missing, but he sat here and he's got a determined look on his face. He doesn't look like he did just a moment ago when you were out watching him. He's conscious, he's alive, he's thoughtful here. You notice with no instrument in hand, he instead reaches up, places his hands in perfect position where an instrument might be held across his face, and begins humming, blowing out of his lips as if a piccolo was right in front of him, and a small, yellow, what looks like sparkle appears in the air in front of him. He continues to hum. You recognize the tune that he's humming. It's the one that he's been humming all night, the one that Dulam and Abel for a moment were sort of trying to decipher. It's this simple tune, a sort of funeral dirge, a quiet, melodic piece that has swells and has these low points that are quite beautiful. He hums it gorgeously, and after a few moments of listening to this, Demos, and for some reason you start to hear an actual instrument, a real piccolo in front of you. You watch him still, he's in this prison cell alone, and he doesn't have an instrument with him. You see, in fact, his piccolo is snapped in half, off to the side in the room, left as some sort of reminder, and yet you hear the instrument plain as day, shrill and loud and high-pitched, playing alone in this room. The song continues past where Dulam and Abel had been able to decipher further notes, further and further, and it continues into this beautiful melodic piece, still sad in tone, still a dirge, but you hear it and you watch. As you watch, outside, you guys see Deimos' body is still... His body is slack-jawed and the whites of his eyes are still exposed, and he's still not moving. The wizard still has his arms outstretched, and we shift now to everyone outside. Higher, you're saying a few words to this wizard, and he turns to look at you. Archmage Althorn is now... you see anger in his face, confusion mingled with what looks like a bit of perhaps interest, and he listens very carefully and says quietly, "If you have what you're saying you have, you'll show it to me right now, damn it."
Okay. I think we should. Right, everyone?
I shake my head no at you.
Oh, okay.
You'd be wise to show the Grand Master of the Tower. The other master speaks. You hear Skelevar has a tone of fear in his voice as he sort of sits back and watches. Right damn now! Show it to me! What is this? Some sort of tome you have? A list of scrolls? Some sort of arcane knowledge? Let's see it! Conjure it!
We can give you them as spell scrolls, but
What is it? Use your words!
I don't want to reveal our source.
What is it? You've piqued my interest, I'll give you that much.
With as much respect as possible, to give you these items, we must do this with privacy. That is our condition, and perhaps we can offer you slight or extra, because of your kindness towards our discretion.
Give me another persuasion check higher.
I'm gonna barf.
You're doing a lot of good persuading. I'll give you that. I'm just want to make it worth something.
Higher gets a 5. Hire's just been speaking for the last 3 minutes, and it's nonsense coming out.
You continue speaking to him, and you can tell your words are sort of landing, but his eyes furrow, or rather his eyebrows furrow, his eyes grow dark as he says, "You'd be wise not to bargain with the Archmage of this tower, boy. I control this place, and I control everything in it. You think you can walk out of here with whatever scrolls you're hiding? You'd be damn well mistaken. I'll see them now, or I'll have you all arrested. And that's a fucking promise."
Do you see why I'm bleeding? Do you see why multiple people in this room are injured? That's because of exposure to the source. We are trying to protect you.
Let me protect myself. I can figure it out. I've come this far by myself. Quit beating around the bush.
You all... I kind of don't know if we have a choice. I think we need to make a decision here.
A moment of silence. He looks around, and his fury is rising and rising as he looks and makes eye contact with each one of you.
If I may, Archmage Althorn.
I'm quite busy, you know. This has all been a waste of my time, and I should just kill this prisoner and be gone.
It has not.
Me with fake magic.
This has been a waste of your time. We show you a spell you've never seen before. We talk to a prisoner you couldn't speak to, and we inform you that we've learned it may well be one of your own men who did it. I think it makes sense.
I'm not here to argue with
then
you,
look at
boy.
Skelevar. Do I sound like I'm arguing? No, I'm explaining. So listen, I think it makes sense that we'd want your eyes alone on what we're going to show you.
Fine, Skelevar, be gone. The master bows his head deeply and quickly scuttles out the door, opening it quickly with a few metallic clanks and shutting it behind him. Second or two goes by, Althorn turns, and you see somehow he's even gotten more furious. His red face is turning even more red, and his eyes are downturned, and he watches you and he goes, "You better have something for me. If you have nothing, then I'll have you all jailed. Banished, perhaps."
We should show him, you guys. I feel like we should show him.
We understand.
Good.
God, how can I discreetly cast Sending to Dulam? With
You can
subtle
certainly
spell?
try. You can,
Without, cast it without any somatic or verbal components.
Yeah, you know what?
let me do-
I would say with subtle spell, you could sort of just cast it, because you're right. It's verbal and somatic would be gone. So, you cast it with subtle spell.
I cast Sending to Dulam. What is your argument? Why can we not show him?
He watches you curiously, by the way, higher for like the 6 seconds it takes you to cast, and he's like, "What's wrong with your face? Say something."
It is
I
too
think I have a
chaotic.
migraine.
It is too chaotic and evil. This wizard is too. We should contain it.
I guess, or can Carter ask Isaac who you meant by the evil wizard? Do you mean the like guy in charge in the room with us? Or-
Assuming that the archmage is furiously looking at Hire, I just point at his back.
Okay, yeah.
He is furiously looking at you, higher. He looks like he's got a really short fuse, and you guys are sort of tugging him along with what any wizard considers like the peak of magic, something they don't know yet, and you haven't shown him anything. He watches you angrily.
Oh my god, I really don't know if I have another 6 seconds to cast Ascending. I guess I just want to say that this is a very, very painful item, and I think I guess you're right. If you think it's your choice to view the item, then you're understanding the risks, and we can always control whatever happens after that, right? I feel like we don't have a lot of control right now. I'm saying this mostly to do them.
Talking over his shoulder.
But I'm still like making eye contact with the guy.
He slowly presents his two hands, his trembling wizard hands, and a snarl comes over his face, almost like a really angry smile, and he goes, "Yes, please! Now do present it! Conjure it in me!"
I'm looking at facial expressions for if Dulam hated that, or if Dulam was maybe convinced.
My facial expression is the exact same.
Oh, neutral expression, baby.
If it helps, Orpheus is full body bright red, and you can tell he's so fucking stressed out he could die.
Okay, so that doesn't quite help.
Oh, does it?
I'm gonna die.
Sort of a normal expression.
Okay, so my genuine belief is that, like, yes, him discovering the book is very bad, but
Yeah.
We can control him. Maybe.
I don't know if we can,
as a
but I also
group.
don't think we have a choice at this point. Like, I think we have to do, like, I don't see us finding a way not to show it to him.
Yeah, I agree.
Show
We're not
him.
gonna make an escape out of here no matter what. So he's going. I feel like he's gonna get the item most likely either way.
him
So I feel like we might
die.
as well go down like with him thinking we're on his side.
Yeah. See, on the other end, my preference would definitely be us not showing it to him. If anyone has ideas on how the fuck we could possibly.
We
not
have
show it to
something that he wants, and I feel like we can potentially use that for manipulation if we have to.
I feel like we're trying, and it's not like going fast.
Yes, but I think we can pitch our group as having like a high enough like reputation, maybe. to intimidate him at some point, even though we are not doing that now.
I just don't know if we can. I agree that would be our best case scenario is if we could like talk our way out of it, but I don't know.
I mean, the easiest way is to just lie.
I'm unsure of what lie would get us out of this situation.
There are a few. You could just give him a book and then he'll be mad. He'll be like, what? I thought you meant a magic book. And be like, oh, we tore at the last spell scroll.
He's gonna kill us.
You guys giving a lot of good thought to this?
God.
We've given a lot of thought to it.
Maybe we just show it to him.
Guys, what are the chances I can slip the ring of calm emotions on him? Like,
That's my new favorite plan.
like maybe there's actually no way. There's no way. But I would try, but I think that will not go well.
I agree, but it's
I
still
bet
my
his perception is very high, and I don't have a good sleight of hands or stealth.
But what if you trick him into like sticking his fingers out in front of you, like saying you want to look at his hand, or like?
I mean, I just
He's just
I
gonna
know
take the ring
someone
off.
who does have a pair of gloves of tinkering.
Thievery.
Some gloves for tinkering.
Kyre looks at you and then makes eye contact with a ring to you.
You see like a line of sweat going down my jaw.
I look at you pleadingly.
Yeah, I look at Deimos and I think for a minute, and then I like very slowly take some water up to my mouth and I start choking on it.
So,
Good.
is this
So
the
I
plan?
I want to double over and sort of fall, so I'm like balancing myself on the arm of the chair of the prisoner guy next to where his ring is.
So what you're trying to choke on water?
Yeah, I'm choking on some water and then I'm doubling over coughing.
Okay.
Wait. Deimos' spell, it's having an effect.
Give me a performance check.
Can I help by like being like, oh no, what happened to you? Did you do
There's
that
some salts on
something
the back.
again? Not again.
So, what's your performance check then?
It's 14. Did I have help from Jaya? Did Jaya help?
Did
Jack,
Jaya help?
how are you helping?
Please. Just adding to the performance, playing into it, being the father to an abandoned son.
Can I use my last subtle spell to cast thaumaturgy? Oh my god. Can I cast altered eyes on or thaumaturgy on Orpheus, and then use the altered eyes effect to change the appearance of his eyes for 1 minute?
So you're
And I
subtle
wanna-
spelling this, right?
Yeah, and then I want to make the eyes look like Deimos's. Okay, if this is not helpful, then I won't do. I would rather not do
I
it.
love your mind.
So yeah, Hire, you subtly cast the spell. The wizard looks at you, and another 6 seconds goes by where you just sort of don't move, and he speaks very, very sternly as he goes, "If you don't procure for me this, whatever it is, spell book, list of scrolls, tome, whatever, in the next few moments, you'll damn well regret it. I won't ask again." And you cast the spell.
It's just, my employer will kill me.
Or
if we
Orpheus,
show
you can roll with advantage, Orpheus.
That's so great. Oh my god, 18. That's
Well-
like basically the best I could have possibly gotten. That wasn't enough.
Okay, you sort of double over, choking and coughing. Jaya goes to sort of help. You notice the wizard does not care. He does not turn around. He is not watching you at all. He seems to be completely engrossed in what Hire is saying and watching him with this evil glare. Or not evil, rather. It's just very upset. You lean down, Orpheus. You slip the ring off, right?
Yeah, into my
And
hands.
then you pull it into your hand and you look up. You see the wizard has not turned around. He doesn't seem to have noticed.
Okay, I push up my goggles, rub at my eyes, put them back down, and
Okay,
then
it
I
was a
say,
much better roll at 18.
"Thank you." And then I say, "Hey, sir, one of his spells is in this. and I'll hand the guy the ring.
He doesn't really turn for a moment, mostly still just watching higher, and goes, I'll make sure you're safe, young one, alright? If you have forbidden knowledge and you bring it here and you dance it in front of my head like forbidden fruit, you must show it to me. It's the least you can do after all this damn fucking worrying. I
you
won't
don't
ask
understand.
again.
If you know the source of the book, I'll die, and if the book gets harmed overall, the master of this book will come for it.
Sir,
He's a very powerful man, from what we can tell.
One of the kobolds' spells are in this.
And I hand him the ring.
No, Orpheus.
He sort of turns around, he holds his hand out, sort of shaky, wizardy hand. You place the blue ring in his hands. He holds it up. You see him look down at it through his spectacles and wave some magic over it. You recognize the spell as Identify, an immediate cast.
It feels amazing.
He looks at it and goes, weak magic. Barely useful, but I appreciate the gesture. And you see he places the ring inside of his coat pocket. Now, where's this real book? Enough of this poultry shit.
It's supposed to be a gift. You were just supposed to try it on.
Where is it?
You watch the light leave Hire's eyes, and his mouth kind of like pops open a little bit. Looking like Deimos in like a haze. Didn't understand what just happened.
The wizard turns. You bought another few seconds with that one, Orpheus, but he seems uninterested and now looks back at Hire and holds his hands up.
I smile and clap his shoulder, and you guys can all tell this is a smile of agony. I turn to you and say,
What he's saying is really starting to make sense to me personally. Personally, it's making sense.
What?
Were you saying riddles?
No, it like he has a good point.
Who?
My friend here.
I thump his shoulder.
Whose shoulder?
The wizard.
You're gonna touch him?
I said I put my hand on his arm already. He didn't do anything about it.
Okay, are you gonna like throw your hand over his shoulder now?
No, it's just like, like I'm holding his arm. I'm like patting it. Like,
This guy, yeah.
I need you to very carefully explain to me how you're touching him.
okay, at first I put my hand on his arm. Was that bad?
No, nothing happened yet.
Okay, now where my hand was, I lift it slightly and pat him in a
Okay,
friendly
got it.
gesture.
Got it. All right, you pat up and down. Nothing seems to happen.
Not up and down, just in place. Just pat,
Just in
done.
place. Sure. And he turns over at you and he gives you this scoff and sort of pulls his robe away.
Oh.
The billowiness sort of pulls and the gray robe disappears out from under your hand, and he looks around at you and said, oh, goodness, what a waste of my fucking time. All right, well, I told you all I wouldn't ask again.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I look at my party.
He reaches under his cloak very slowly now. You notice he doesn't move with a lot of haste. He reaches down and grabs something, a small sack, it looks like, a little bag of holding. He opens it up and you see something float out of it. The biggest crystal ball you have ever seen in your lives swoops out of the bag of holding. It's nearly a meter in diameter, all the way around with beautiful swirling smoke inside. He's really compensating for something here. This giant orb slowly floats in the air and rests just about a foot away from the figure, about 6 or 7 feet off the ground. It gives off a fair bit of light in the room and is almost like a dream globe floating around. It illuminates you all pretty well, and you go sort of get a look around to see the room. You see Abel is still sort of pressed up against the corner, really scared. Everyone else seems scared too. And he holds out his hand toward the great orb, the giant crystal ball in the sky, and he begins saying an arcane word, a verbal component of a spell.
You don't want to do this?
He speaks the first half of a spell. You can all tell, especially spellcasters, you can tell how long a spell usually takes to cast. He speaks the first half, and at that moment, I'm going to jump to Demos again.
Thank God.
Demos, you're still inside of this man's head. Your friends have actually been doing a pretty good job of basically distracting this guy. You think in another world you likely would have been pulled out much sooner, but for you, time has felt different. It's felt like you've been in here hours. Like with any dream, it is sort of this lazy sort of feeling about where time seems to sort of stretch on infinitely. And it already feels like you've been watching him for a few hours as you get to this point now where he's in the prison cell playing this invisible, non-existent instrument. You continue watching him, and he plays this sonata for you, this almost funeral dirge. It's quite beautiful, and unlike the other times you've seen him play, this one lasts a lot longer. Again, the whole room is white. Most of his clothes are white. Every once in a while, a flash of color will appear somewhere. The gray stone of the walls. You almost catch a smell for a minute. The smell of dirty, dingy cell room, or the taste of moldy bread that he must have had as a prison meal here. The one sensation that never leaves you is sound. The sound of the beautiful, beautiful sonnet that you're hearing. You hear every note perfectly played out. You think that because you're listening to his memories, you were able to clearly tell that he cared about the music. That's the thing he chose to remember, or rather, that was the thing that wasn't cut out. His face is almost featureless now, as you see the white is claiming it and turning it into a blank mask, and the music continues playing. It plays for a long time, 20, maybe 25 minutes of the same song, continuous and beautiful. It gets repetitive at some point and then gets novel at another. It's long, and you've never heard anything like it before. It's beautiful and somber, and it makes you feel just a touch of pity for him. Toward the end of his song, in the last 5 minutes, something changes. The ring is removed from his finger, and emotion floods back into these memories. They weren't here a moment ago. You were luckily kept from it, but now an overwhelming feeling of sadness and fear and distrust and hate all flood into your mind, Demos. All negative emotions. Nothing feels good. You feel maybe the tiniest bit of joy from playing this music, but you could tell something's wrong with it. The emotions he's feeling are not really joy, not for the music itself, because something bigger is at play here, something scarier to him. He thinks he's killing himself. It's horrifying. You feel the emotions well up inside of you, and you all of a sudden suck in a sniffle and sort of look down, and you see tears are rolling down your face. On the outside, you guys see Demos starts to cry. Not a sobbing gesture, just completely still tears rolling down his face with no emotion in his white eyes. But however, for you, Demos, in this man's head, the emotions are overwhelming. Fear and sadness mingle one along another, and you barely stand it. You feel yourself slipping from the memory, but you hold on, listening through the song, listening as hard as you can. The time sort of drags on, and you're stuck in this moment, and you see the sparks of yellowish energy appear out in front of him a bit more rapidly toward the end here. He finally places down his hands, and his mouth closes, the song done, and you see a flash of yellow light in front of him as something happens. And just as it does, I'll jump to the outside once more, because a decent amount of time has passed for you, Demos. On the outside again, the wizard is continuing to just, yell profanities and look at you higher, and he casts the first half of the spell. You guys all see Demos' tears start to roll down his cheeks. And for the rest of you guys, you watch as the wizard disappears. For only a split second, you look around and you see he's standing about 7 feet away, right beside Demos. He has a book in his hands. The book. The Cursed Tome. Yes.
Can I counterspell?
Oh my god. Wow, big boy. Alright, give me a counterspell. This is a 9th level spell.
This is fucking...
Oh my, I don't even need to use lucky. I got 24.
Oh.
Wow. You're good. So, just to double check with you, Demos, to make sure this is what you want to do, you want to counterspell the Archmage of the...
Duelam?
Excuse me.
Sorry.
It's
yeah,
Mose.
I want to counterspell the Archmage teleporting with the book.
Duelam, you want to counterspell him? Okay. Duelam, you hold out your hands, you snap your little robot fingers, and instead of him disappearing and reappearing with the book, he doesn't go anywhere. The spell fades, and he looks around, seething. At this point now, you can tell he is no longer just irate. He is fuming mad. Who the fuck did that? God damn it, speak up now! Who would do that to the Archmage of the Tower? You dare counterspell me? You dare at my home?
We can't give you that item.
He whirls on you, marching up to you quickly, his giant globe following you, and he points a crooked finger at you and says, You dare? You dare?
It's not fair of you to steal an item from us.
Steal? I'm merely looking for it, God damn it! You said you'd show it to me, and this man keeps blabbering on about nothing.
You have no
You
right
seem
to
rational, right? You come from Mechanist. Tell me honestly, do you plan on giving me this book or not?
I currently don't intend on doing that. If you'd like to try detecting the book, I don't believe you'll be able to detect it.
Then speak the truth. Do you speak for the group? Is this the final say? He looks around and waves his arm around. You see Malika sort of shrinks back in the corner and Wade nods his head.
I look at Duelam, take my hand off the wizard's arm, and nod.
I nod.
Yes.
He turns back towards you, Duelam, and you see, almost suddenly, all of the ire fade from him. the anger that had been built up and holding sort of fades, and his face still sort of glows red, but it quiets for a moment, and he rolls out of his shoulders and simply goes, "Right, then, I suppose we're done here. Otto, no more counterspelling, yes?
As long as you don't try to steal, yes.
Good." He turns away from you now. You can tell there's almost a hint of admiration as he turns away from you, Duelam. It wasn't there a moment ago, it was only rage. But as he turns toward the center of the room, you see just a hint of appreciation for what you just did. He was impressed. He turns toward the center, toward Piccolo. He lifts his hand, his right arm. His fingers are sort of limp. He holds out his pointer finger limply toward Piccolo and simply speaks the word, "Die," and a ray shoots out of his finger. You see Piccolo, half sitting up now, suddenly drop to the ground, immediately dead. You all feel sort of a shiver run up your spine as the power word is spoken. And Deimos, inside of his head, you get the final moments. The entire sonnet was finished. 25 minutes, you think, in total. A beautiful song. And just as it finished, you see, in front of him, something a bit unusual. What seems to be at first what you think could just be sparks of arcane energy. You didn't see him cast, not with his spell focus, his instrument. It was not in his hands the whole time. He was merely just playing a tune. That's all he was doing. And yet in front of him, you see that 5 beautiful golden lines are carved horizontally across space in front of him. The last note of his song wavers in the air a bit longer than it should. It sticks and holds out. The light in the room all bends around these 5 horizontal lines. Your ears pop, Deimos, and you watch the faint motes suddenly brighten into almost a sunbeam. With a soundless pealing, the air in front of him unzips. The shimmering slits of light open into a small, what looks like little interplanar space. A little demiplane he opens. It's little, almost the size of a trunk or a chest, and it's empty. It's just filled with golden shimmering light and sort of walls and a floor as far as you can tell, but it's all opaque and hard to see. The space in front of him is open now, and you see he reaches up and he slowly places his head inside of it. It dawns on you, Deimos, that what you just watched, he created this portal to another plane just with music. And just as it dawns on you, and just as you see his head go in, you sort of lean in close, see what's happening inside, and all of a sudden, you feel death. It's immediate and jarring, Deimos. It's horrifying. The body you're in dies while you're in it, and you sense it. This is full-on X-Men, Professor X feeling someone die. Deimos, it's horrifying.
Going to the brain.
You feel a surge of necrotic energy shoot through you. Not through your head, but through the head you're in. And all of a sudden you're thrust out, panting, your heart beating fast, death right at your feet. You've died before, but this one felt different. This one felt permanent. And you're pulled out of the body. You guys all see Deimos take a gasp of breath and start panting, and sweat runs down his face. Sort of changes colors a bit more ashy gray, almost a pallor. And you breathe, Deimos, as what you saw sticks in your head as a memory now. You see in front of you the figure fall to the ground dead.
Deimos, are you okay?
What happened?
You look, you see the Archmage in the room. He's holding out a finger. His face is like 3 shades redder than you remember. And Duelam is standing sort of right behind him. He's got a finger still pointed at the body of Piccolo. He sort of claps his hands together and his hands tremble, and he goes, "Well, that was that. Sorry to bother you all. Listen, no hard feelings about stuff earlier. You did us wizards. We always want to find more knowledge. Listen, again, no hard feelings, but I am unfortunately going to have to cordially banish you all from this tower. Please make your way out and never step foot in here again until I say other. Thank you for coming, and I'll be making my way out now. Time of death, whatever." And he slowly makes his way toward the door, shambling with that limp. He makes his way toward the door, slowly unlatches the lock, opens it, and starts creaking his way out.
Hire is like seething with rage and is drawing a little bit of blood from like clenching like fists.
Damn.
You feel a hand sort of rest on your shoulder, Hire, and you look over. It's not you expected, Abel, the gentleman. looks down at you and goes, I'm really sorry about that. I know that was precious to you, my froggy friend.
Hopefully we don't.
We
Oh.
lost too much from this. I thought it was worth going further, but now I don't know if Deimos is affected by some curse, it seems, and
Demos, what happened? What did you see?
I saw the. I heard the most beautiful song I think I've ever heard before, and it was strange. It was like the music itself was a form of magic, and he had created something. These golden rays they felt different, like they were from somewhere far from here. And just the moment he was about to step in, it was strange. It was like a cold plunge. Like everything had in his mind had been shut down, and I was thrown out.
Really quickly, Mason, what is the state? Just for like time's sake, because I think I have a minute or an hour. How bad is the shape of the body? Is this revivifiable?
Mason, we can't hear you for some reason.
Oops, sorry about that. I was snacking on Thin Mints. Give me a quick Arcana check higher, and anyone else can feel free to help too, because this is just seeing the spell that just was cast.
I'll give help.
Ale?
I rolled 2 17s.
Oh.
22.
You didn't even need me.
Yeah, no, I would say Revivify would work here. Now, common sense thinking here, Higher, you do know that this man was set to be executed and you are still sort of in the home of the person who did it. So if you did revive him, it would sort of be directly against the orders that he was given by the open lord of this place. You don't think he would survive much longer, and you were pretty sure you'd get in a hell of a lot of trouble. So rationally, that's sort of what comes to mind. But you do think Revivify could.
I could revive him. We could put him in the bag. We've lost so much already. I think we need to make something out of this.
They'll know his body's gone. Higher.
This seems like kidnapping.
Sometimes things. It's better
Kidnapping
to
him,
step
we would
away.
be giving him life back. He's dead.
There's always
Was it
afterlives, right? I don't know, Higher. You're a good man. You care for people, but this guy really was a bad guy.
He
I think
was
we maybe need to let
horrible.
this one lie. But besides, it sounds like Demos got some good info. Maybe we can discuss this, figure something out about it. There could still be something good we got from this, I think.
I think we should cut our losses and leave this place.
I agree.
You already did good. You distracted him well. I doubt if we had distracted him this much, Demos would have learned it.
Is the grimoire really that much worth protecting?
I thought.
I think so.
I don't know. I trusted your judgment.
Well, we certainly can't get it back now. And it is certainly something worth protecting.
It sounds like what Demos found could be very useful, and Abel speaks up. Yes, I actually believe this could be fascinating. A song that can summon some sort of portal. This should be worth investigating, especially if you heard it. Perhaps you and Dulam could put together some magic yourselves and concoct this song up again. We'll see what it does.
I like that idea.
Yes, that does sound like a good idea. Demo sort of wipes the remaining tears from his face. I feel like we should go. This doesn't feel like a good place to be anymore.
I do too.
Yeah, just get the fuck out of here. Hey, listen, now that guy's gone, I'd totally chase him down and get that ring back for you, Higher. Man, fuck that guy.
Fuck that.
What happened to your ring, Kaya?
Genuinely, I forgot. You guys can stop me if you want, but Higher is actually gonna start running for that guy.
Oh.
Higher starts running out of the room. Wait, Higher, hold on. I meant it as a joke. Shit. Someone should stop him, maybe.
I'll run and grab him by the horns.
No, you guys are all faster than me.
Yeah, unfortunately, anyone can catch up with you, Higher. So if you want to make contesting strength checks in a grapple, you can. But otherwise, you
Can I,
feel
like, grab
Higher's.
his head?
Yeah, you feel
Fuck you.
Jaya's. You feel
I'm
Jaya's
making
hand
my
running your
strength check
skull.
then.
All right.
Disrespectful
you
as
guys
shit.
give me opposing strength checks.
Bans us from the tower, walks out. We run in the hallway after him and start fighting each other.
He fucking sucks. Give me my ring back.
I do want to run after Jaya and Higher, but rather than participate meaningfully in their
Fuck you,
grapple,
fuck.
I'm sort of like
I got
frantically
a 16.
walking around them.
I got a 15.
Oh,
Yes!
one off. The scuffle goes on. It actually fills up a
Yes.
pretty large space of the two of them scrapping and pulling and pushing, and eventually, Jaya, you're able to grab Higher by the skull and hold him back.
Yes.
Higher
yes.
screaming at you. You don't know what I lost.
Is the guy still within seeing distance of us?
You make your way out of the room.
Oh, yeah.
Exiting the room, you spot two things immediately. One, the other master of the tower, the individual who sort of got kicked out haphazardly, Master Skelevar, sits up against the wall, his antlers sort of pressed up against the stone. He's sort of got his arms crossed, and he feels about half the archway. He looks and turns his head towards you as you walk out, Orpheus. You see behind him, about 10, 20 feet away, is still Archmage Aelthorn, walking down slowly, without much hurry at all, the hallway. Skelevar looks at you and goes, you must have done something quite interesting in there. I've never seen the master like this.
I don't have time for you, Skeletor. And I want to walk past him. Althorn!
He sort of holds out his hands to sort of block you, Skelevar does, and goes, the master really does want to return now. He's quite finished with you. Take it up with me.
I duck under his arms.
Okay, you duck under. Give me a acrobatics check.
Yeah, it is. It's a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Wow, nat 20. You're feeling sexy tonight, eh? That's pretty good. All right, you duck under quite easily, actually. You make it another 5-10 feet now, closing the distance. Althorn doesn't even turn around, and you hear a voice behind you that screams out, "Hold!" And you feel your body tighten up. Give me a wisdom saving, Orpheus.
Okay. Althorn! 15.
Unfortunately, that is below the save DC, Orpheus, as your body is held in place, paralyzed. Your voice chokes up as you get out Althorn, and you see he doesn't even turn around. Simply marches slowly and surely down the hallway, and then toward a staircase, towards some unseen higher chamber. You hear a tick behind you, as Skelevar goes, "Naughty, naughty. The master told me you're all getting kicked out. He has banished from the tower. Must have done something quite rude in there. He told me to keep an eye out for you now." And he sort of starts circling you, coming around to the front of your face. "If you will, I'm here to escort you out of the tower." While he's blocking your way yet again in front of you.
Well, I'm hold personed, right? I can't even speak.
You are hold personed, yeah.
Yeah.
Higher, you and Jaya are still tussling. You're sort of being held down. Higher. What do you want to do?
I like to imagine it's like Jaya is using both arms to like hold my head back, and like I'm trying to like swing at him, but my arms aren't long enough. Kind of like a kid that can't like beat up an adult. And Hire says to you, "You know what? Fuck you, Jaya. I get to make my decisions for me. You can't make decisions for me."
I just think we need to take a second to calm down a little bit.
Hire's mad and continues to fight back.
Okay, can you guys both give me another contesting rolls? Inside the room, you guys hear, some voices around here. "Oh, please settle down, Hire. We can do this amicably. I don't think you need to be violent. We could make you another one if you want. He said it was weaker magic. Maybe we could make it. I know it was from home."
The thing that created that no
damn it.
longer exists. I got a 17.
I got a 10.
All right, Hire, you sort of squatch around a little bit and finally can bite down on one of Jaya's fingers to escape.
Ow!
God, so what's really gonna happen is that I'm gonna like book it, make
Which
it
is
20 feet,
20
and then
feet.
get caught again.
Oh, to be Hire.
Hire will do that. Let you catch him the second time, and then he'll stop fighting. But he's really mad about it.
All right, you guys do the whole song and dance again. Hire, you make it to the door and see Orpheus trapped outside, held in place, and the Archmage is nowhere to be seen. Jaya jumps on you again. You guys tussle for a bit, and Jaya, you feel Hire's fight finally leave him.
There you go, buddy.
Are we still in the main room?
You're sort of at the cusp of the entranceway.
Hire turns to, I would say, everyone and says, "I'm very mad for all of you for letting that happen. So one of you should check on Orpheus. And apparently it can't be me."
We knew that's not why you were going out there, Hire.
No, I'm saying Orpheus is being held out
shit.
there. Someone go check on that.
Oh.
And I'm mad at you.
Those are like two different things?
Yes, at once.
Yeah, that's fair. Malika sort of steps over you. Does anyone else in the room want to do anything? You guys are sort of here alone now with...
Yeah, I'll look for Orpheus after Harry said that.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll go retrieve the body.
You guys all step out. Just as you step into the hallway, Orpheus, the hold person, is removed, and you sort of to the ground again.
Take a breath. Take a deep breath. I look up at the Skeletor.
He looks and he says, don't try that again. I'll use something more inappropriate.
I'm not going to, and I'm not going to hurt you, and I'm not going to kill Althorn, but I'm going to make sure he loses his job, okay? From the bottom of my heart, I'm going to make sure that someone important sees you for what you are, which is thieves. Thieves and the complicit. I'm going to make sure that person understands how thieves should be dealt with.
You seem confused there, friend. This is the law
There
you're
is
talking
nothing
about.
confused about me. No matter how slowly you speak, it doesn't make you sound intelligent because the words you say have no value. I'm going to leave now, and you're not going to see me again. But you're going to know that what you did today is what ended this stage of your rotten organization.
Master Awthorn controls the tower.
Oh, Master Althorn controls the tower. A lot of people control a lot of towers, and none of them last forever.
I want to start walking back to my friends.
You turn around in a huff, and he looks at you sort of confused. What did I do? You return. You see everyone sort of huddled in the hallway. Dulam and Jaya sort of pushing through to come find you.
Orpheus, are you alright?
I want to visit a friend of mine.
Right now?
Rex Ymir is many things, but they're not a thief, and I don't believe they would allow a city they rule to be run by thieves. We don't have to do it now, but we have to do it. I'm sorry, Hire, that I handed him the ring. I didn't think he would just take it. I want very much to hurt him.
I knew I was giving it up. I guess once I started to hate him, I couldn't stand him having it then. So like it made sense at the time, but now it feels wrong. But I was planning on becoming a rogue anyway. So
Hi, Ari. What do you mean a rogue? You still love ether, right? You're a man of the cloth. You want to throw that all away?
this skill set has only gotten me so far. I believe multiple classes of study might be helpful to me.
Well, I mean, sure, buddy, but I mean, I know rogues. Those guys are all fucking assholes and thieves, and you're better than that. But maybe you're become something I've never seen before. I'm a good rogue.
I know
really
you all
understand
have
what you're
your
saying.
opinions on rogues, apparently, but I'll remind you, my brother is allegedly one of them, and I know him to be a good man, so I would implore you all to reassess.
I think this is a great idea, Hire. Studying new things is always a good idea. You should branch out, you explore new skill sets, learn more. It's a great idea. Just don't use it for evil, but you know that.
I don't fully understand what we're discussing right now.
I don't know, I might do something evil and fucked up to him. I might take his toothbrush or something. But yeah,
I
we
don't
should
approve
leave.
of that, but it's not the worst thing. Yeah, let's see ourselves out. Deimos, we can find a different way to meet with that Blackstaff.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this might not be forever. So yeah, let's just get out of here.
Exactly. You have connections, I have connections. We can't heal them, but we can ruin the current state of their lives.
Yes, point.
Right.
All right, so you guys all exit the room, leaving behind Piccolo and his instrument alone. Shuffling out.
Can I
Go
nab
ahead.
his instrument before we leave?
You want to? Yeah, you can pick it up. It is truly just a piccolo. Like, it's not actually magic itself. It's just like an instrument. But yeah, you grab it.
Noise.
Also,
Go ahead.
while everyone was talking in the hallway, I don't know if the robots being able to write 3 times as fast as normal applies to me, but I want to be writing a note.
What do you want to write?
I want to be writing an official letter to Archmage Althorn, and in it, I want it to officially request that he returns Hire's ring to us,
Nice.
or justice will be served.
Ooh.
Yeah!
Yeah, sure. Do you want to give me a sleight of hand check for just like making it look pretty? Like, do you have a calligrapher set, or is this like an official, like just Dulum letter written on plain paper?
It's official Doom.
Oh,
From
great.
the
Okay.
desk of Dulum.
It's a 16.
Okay. You guys all exit then. Dulum is working hard at it. 16, pretty good actually. That's above average. You're working on this on your way out. I'd say you are writing faster, Dulum. You can probably finish this by the time you guys reach the exit if you guys take the leisurely path.
Okay, cool. I just want to hand it to Mr. Drude that's escorting us.
Sure, yeah. I'll
Skeleton.
let you know when you finish. Yeah, just on the probably bottom floor as you get there.
Score.
You guys slowly make your way down. Drude has this also anxious look on him as it's around, and he sort of turns toward Oriface and goes, "Listen, no hard feelings about the whole person, right? You kept saying that you had friends in high places, and it got me a little nervous."
I have friends in the highest places, and I have friends right above you, so...
Well, I mean, I as I'm sure you know, I've done nothing to wrong you this evening. Just the master, right?
Obviously, I recall exactly what happened this evening, and as long as you believe you've behaved lawfully, I don't see what you're worried about.
Okay, so this is quite all right. So how did it go in there? Anything interesting?
I ice him out. No chatting for me.
It's just, I feel like I could maybe help you if you wanted, just because I don't want to be in a bad light if you're friends.
Well, something was stolen from us. A religious item of great significance to my friend Pyre, kobold of the goddess Ithera.
Stolen?
And-
No, the master does not steal things from people. He must
Oh
have
no,
just
he just
borrowed
takes
it.
them and then walks away after you call after him and hold persons you. Oh, no, sorry, he has one of his goons hold person you. I remember what happened, don't worry.
He sort of looks and his eyes sort of go wide and... Give me an insight check, Orpheus.
Oh, bad roll. 10.
You see something twitch in his face, and you don't quite recognize what it is. And his expression changes, and he goes, "Oh, so sorry. The master should be returning that shortly. Must have just been an accident. I guarantee he'll have it to you by your exit of the tower." And he gives a polite smile.
We'll see how that goes.
All right, you guys descend the tower then. The great floors open up beneath you as the beautiful spiral staircase flows down. It's a beautiful building yet again. All the windows are gorgeous and the magic everywhere is spectacular. Of course, a bit of a sour note has been left in all of you after what just happened, so you have a little bit less of the appreciation of the beauty of this space. Nevertheless, you walk through, you pass the living and sleeping quarters of many of the masters and apprentices here. You pass by the great beautiful viewing room of all the planes, including Mechanus you see yet again, and Feywild, and you pass by and glancing at it at the staircase and descend further. You pass by the training rooms, the combat rooms. You pass by the classroom, where the looks like ghostly, ghoulish person has disappeared now, and instead in their place seems a very large and complicated scroll of arcane lettering that you guys all recognize as the spell True Sight, or True Seeing. Explains its components and how to cast it. You pass by it and eventually make your way back to the first floor. It's a slow walk this time, and you notice that the awkward Master Skelevar seems to sort of look over his shoulder, and he looks nervous. You all recall he was very nervous when the Archmage was in the room as well, and he seems to not be quite sure what's going on, but nevertheless is a bit hesitant. Is there anything you guys would like to do on your descent?
I'm just mad dogging him.
I'll thank him for getting the guy, at least. He helped a little bit.
So thank me for what?
For getting your boss.
Yes, I did do that for you, and I should mention I did also warn you that he'd be in a piss-poor mood. Yes, I did. He usually likes appointments months out. This sort of stuff makes him quite irate. I did try to warn you all. Not trying to
Yes.
say that condescending, I just mean I'm sorry if it didn't go the way you wanted it to. I also quite don't understand his emotions sometimes.
Yes, no, I thank you for the warning. We maybe should have taken it, but
It's all right. It's all
thank
right.
you
Your
for giving
first
us a
timers
shot.
here. Of course, unfortunately, it seems your last time is here too. Pity about the whole Office between the seconds, and I would have loved for you to take a better look at it. Perhaps he'll pardon you, or something else might, and you could return here. I'd love to see you all again.
Thank you.
Who do you think is going to pardon us, Althorn?
Well, he has the power to do so, yes, unless, of course, you're able to talk to one of the lords of Waterdeep, which would be quite ridiculous.
Yes, that's. Does that feel unlikely to you?
No, I just mean they wouldn't dare burden themselves with just small, trifling things such as this. They deal in wars and great sums of money. Sorry.
Oh, so the lords view you all as small, trifling things then?
I
No,
feel
and
like
of
I'm
course-
really good at making a big deal out of small things, so I feel comfortable in our ability.
Well, of course, I just hope you remember my kindness and recommendations when you write your reviews to whoever.
I mean, fuck Hawthorne with every bit of my body, but yes, thank you.
Sure, a great many people dislike the Archmage of Blackstaff, but he does get the job done, as it were.
His job being...
Yeah, what exactly do you think he accomplished today?
Well, today he's mostly been studying, you see. There's also been word of, we believe there's been some sort of issue with... And you see his lips shut immediately. And he stops talking, and he goes, "Right then, the first floor, it seems you're here."
Okay, thanks.
I want to get out a piece of paper and write down things Althorn has accomplished today. Item 1, studying, in parentheses, question mark. And then item 2, stole ring from friend. Stole ring from prominent religious figure of religious minority in Waterdeep.
There's gotta be a law against that.
It's perfect.
Just feels like there is.
And right at the top of the steps, he sort of stops and lets you all pass and goes, yes, I believe Glag can see you all out. I hope you did enjoy your time at the Blackstaff Tower. Do please avoid the place from now on until you're given up words. Goodbye. And he turns and floats up the stairs.
Oh, here.
He stops.
I'm gonna give him my letter.
He gets it, looks it over, and goes, "Oh, well, thank you, friend, but there's really no need. I can guarantee you'll get it upon your exit." And he folds it up and places it in his crook of his elbow.
Thanks.
Okay, goodbye now. It's up the stairs. Back in the first floor, you guys all enter Blackstaff Tower. It's later at night now, mid to late evening time. And Glag the Wet is currently looks like lying in the center of the room, on the ground, soaked in water, a puddle. She seemed to have her arms out and looks like trying to cast some sort of full body spell on the ground, but nothing's happening. She sees you guys all approach and doesn't really make much of a move, continues sort of stretching and sprawling on the ground in some sort of strange rhythmic dance almost, an artistic display, soaked wet the entire time. It's a bit odd, and you guys all feel like you're in the wrong place, and eventually she stops, stands up gracefully, pats herself off, and then casts a spell over her body to make the water all whoosh, disappear off of her, and she dries quickly. Well, so how did that go? Not so bad? I hope the old master didn't give you too much trouble, that old bag of wind. He sure gave me quite a talking out to through through a bit of a telecom communication just now.
It went pretty bad. We're no longer allowed here.
Oh, well, that's too bad. You know, if it's not too much of a worry with you, a lot of people do get banished from Blackstaff Tower. It's actually more common than you think. Unfortunately, the masters of this tower, some of the older types, consider this place sort of like their little fraternity house, so they kick out people that they don't like, and so only they can hang out here. You get how it is. Makes apprenticing quite hard. I'd probably say 50% of all apprentices here get banished before they ever graduate.
God only knows what sort of lawless mess this fraternity you speak of is, but I can guarantee there should be no such thing happening here.
Yeah. Oh, and before I forget, I do have something for you. Something got floated down to me with a message from the Archmage, and she picks up from off the grand entry table here a small packaged blue parcel wrapped in beautiful gold twine. She sort of gestures out, not sure who to give it to.
I'll see no one's taking it, and I'll reach out.
A few moments goes by. You guys are a slow-moving bunch, you know that? Real quiet, too. Higher, you reach out and grab it. You want to open it?
Yeah.
Okay, you pop it open. Inside is sort of a ball of wrapping paper, and it's thick, almost like parchment. She sort of recites something from memory as you open it and goes, "Yeah, so the Archmage said, whoops, looks like I forgot this upstairs. Please enjoy your banishment from the tower. Do not return here again. Archmage Althorn." And you finish opening it and find inside a very familiar blue ring. Your ring of Ethera, wrapped in the center. It's perfect and flawless, just as you remember it.
Hire sniffles a little bit and turns to Oro and Dulam and says, I didn't think I would get it back even as I ran after him. Thank you for this, really. It means more than you know.
Of course. I don't actually know if I helped all that much in the end, but maybe something I did worked.
Me as well.
I saw you try, and that meant a lot within itself.
Of course.
I like to think it was a combined effort sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's sort of a sense of this place that the Master's an evil guy. He really isn't evil. He's just a bit angry is all. I'd like to apologize on his behalf for taking this from you. I'm sure he didn't mean nothing by it. Perhaps he was just a bit jealous is all. You guys have a good day, alright?
What could she possibly... Sorry, I really don't have any sympathy for this guy, but I do wonder, what could he possibly be jealous of us for? Like,
Well,
what?
From what little I got in the message, he was talking about some sort of new magic that you all were talking about, and well, as with any good wizard, I think he sort of prides himself on a lot of magical knowledge, so when it's held from him, he sort of gets a little stinky about it.
Strange, because I know a very good wizard who's rarely an asshole. I give a thumbs up to Demos.
Yes.
She gives a polite smile, and you can tell she sort of had to give this spiel to a lot of people, sort of apologizing for her masters. Yeah, well, again, I'm just real sorry that happened to you. And listen, I really wouldn't take this whole banishment thing as a personal offense. I'm just glad you guys got in the tower. A lot of people get stuck outside the door. You know, we have some people sick and weary out there for days, and the masters never see them. It just makes me heartbroken. That's why I'm trying to change it from the inside. And she gives a thumbs up.
I write down, turns away, sick and weary, comma, negligent.
Well, unfortunately, I can't let you stay much longer. I will have to scoot you all out, but none of you left anything else, right? Is there anything else I can do for you? Maybe I'll see you around town? She gives a weak smile.
Yes, maybe. Good luck here.
Thanks there, mister, and sorry again about your ring. I think that's yours. Again, I really don't think the master meant much by it. He's a sort of forgetful old guy. You know, one of these days I think he might just up and turn up dead. Now then.
I think Hire looks back at her just like, and with a smile on his face, and he's just like, yeah. Bye then.
So evil.
Alright, yeah, bye now. Off we go. And she goes over to the door on the wall and opens it up, and you guys are led out into the dark, but well-lit Waterdeep evening. On exit, the door shuts soundly behind you, and you turn around and see, as it was before, the apprentice door that you all walked through has no door or any sort of opening mechanism that you can see. And you guys are outside now of Blackstaff Tower. You look up at it, and it's only about 4 stories tall, looks the same as it did before, and it's evening time now. The night is yours, and you got your ring back, Hire. It really does look like yours. You think it's the same one for sure. What do you guys want to do?
What time is it?
You look around. It looks like it's roughly 7 or 8 p.m. Not, like, positively late at night, but a little past dinner. Because dinner's at 6 p.m., you know?
That's okay.
Well, fuck that guy. Am I right, guys? God damn. If there's a hate group for him in this town, I'm joining it day fucking one.
Go. I would donate
Heard of
to
a
that
hate
group. Solid coin.
Yeah, you know what? Hate Groot is probably not a right idea. Hey, you got your ring back though, Hire, huh? He slaps you on the back. How's that for lucky sense? You know, Duelam was writing letters. I think Orpheus was about to call in some fucking favors. You got shooters.
Yes, I'm very thankful. And I am maybe also grateful to not have chased him down. Looking back at it, especially considering we got it back anyway. So I was perhaps too harsh. I think Hire's being really awkward, and he's saying this like loudly enough so everyone can hear. But he but like he's like trying to like almost like apologize to I would say Jaya probably in particular, as he speaks to Malagus.
Well, the sergeant
Glad
held
he
you
came
down
over.
good, didn't he? You're a tough son of a bitch, Sergeant. Yeah, sorry. It's old man's bedtime. We should take him to bed.
I could tell I was
faded.
really strong too. It was fucked up.
Yeah, I could do it with one hand.
Okay.
I bet. Look, come back here. I'm pretty sure my hand's the size of your head.
All right. No, back on the chopping block.
Whoa, it's that big? Oh my god.
Wow. Your hand's so big, Jaya.
Now, I'm just real fucking sad we're gonna miss that real nice lady, Glag the Wet. You know, she was a looker.
Was she wet?
Yeah.
I don't understand how you could look at her and not think about her as like a fish. I feel like we saw more of her as a fish than we did.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing all right.
Okay.
You ever heard of a mermaid hire?
Do people like fish girls? Is that what's happening?
No, like a half fish situation.
Which half is the fish?
Oh, a hybrid. Hybrids
bottom
are
half.
appealing.
I want the top half sexy, but then
Wait, you want the bottom half to be the fish? You want to feel the fish part?
oh shit, you're right. No, I want to fuck the human part, but I want to also look at the human part. So I guess
So wait, which
like-
part's the
okay.
fish?
like fish part on the bottom when I'm looking, but fish part at the top when I'm doing other things. You know?
Fish in the middle?
Oh.
middle.
Sort
yeah,
of
I
like
can-
a scaly, sort of rotund midriff.
I'd prefer goat in the middle.
Higher. I thought you were just talking about how you've never fucked a man. What are you doing?
I'm trying to be funny. Isn't this what jokes are?
Higher. I would report you to HR for that one.
Okay, I feel like I've spoken a lot today, and I think I'm just gonna take a backseat.
No, wait, Higher.
What do you
wait, I'm
guys want
sorry.
to do today?
Well, it's late at night, so we could go back and see Tick and Monty. You know, in just a few days, I think we have that priest coming in for Monty, so we could start getting ready for that. And I don't know. In other words, I'm sorry that we couldn't find that cool wizard that you were talking about, Orpheus, the one that might have known some things. In fact, Demos, you were also looking for that same wizard, right?
Yes, unfortunately.
I think perhaps in the next few days I'll have a meeting with Rex Ymir and see what they can do about getting us a meeting with that wizard. Perhaps outside the tower, you know, neutral third location.
Yeah, and I'm sure Volker might have some advice at least on.
No, yeah, your
Anything
connections
else?
are also good. You know, we all have powerful friends.
Yeah, I mean they did insult him a lot though, which was, well.
Well, they did seem a bit more powerful here, Demos. No offense, but your other dad couldn't even cast fucking spells.
Yes, allegedly he can't cast spells.
Yeah.
Maybe
well.
we can clean house here and Volker can be the new Blackstaff.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, you guys both know very powerful people. I like this idea. Though we know where Volker is. Orpheus, your friend Rex Ymir, are they, do they have an address?
Huh. I guess I don't know where they live in this dimension.
Does anyone know where they live? Or where we can find them?
Did they tell me how I could get in contact with them?
You wanna roll a history check?
I'm checking my notes if I get desperate. Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll a history.
Alright,
It's
while
okay, I'm
you're
pretty
rolling...
smart. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
not the best at history. Like, I used to know this guy who was really, really good at history, but it's a dirty 20.
Okay, you definitely remember that they did not tell you where to find them. In fact, you recall what they said specifically was that from now on, you will never see them again by face. You'll only deal with intermediates.
Did they give me any hookup on how to get in contact with some intermediates?
The last you heard, they said that they will be in touch. Now, without a history check, I can tell you that Dulum, you did get more information than that. In fact, you got a job offer from Rex Ymir's henchman, who gave you a location. So you at least know where to find them. Well, I guess if nobody knows where to find them, then we're sort of stuck, huh?
I know where to find Beazle and Mammon.
You do?
Well, at least people that would know where they are.
That's good. Abel and I wanted to find Beazle regardless.
Oh, great. Let's go to the Quicksilver Liberty Bar. That's where they said I could get hired for a job.
What sort of job?
Guard work.
Oh, you'd be good at that.
you.
Yard work? Fucking what?
Well, I don't know if that was the zinger you wanted to be.
Fuck you, Araface. Fuck you, alright. Fuck that. I'm always saying that. Abel comes up and sort of grabs Demos by the back. Demos, you feel two hands sort of slapped on your shoulders, and he goes, "You did such an incredible job digging in that man's skull. My congratulations to you. I believe you've given me quite a task that I can do over the next few days. In fact, I'd love some help with this, decoding this interesting riddle of a song."
Yeah, you think you're up to the task?
He flashes a charming smile and goes, "Well, I do hope so. I'm sorry I wasn't a bit more well-spoken up there. Once that gentleman, that ape of a gentleman, was discussing being banished, and, well, that sort of got me thinking about my stint in jail, and I was sort of clammed up, a bit fearful of the prison systems.
Yes.
But my gods, it was well to watch you all work. In fact, Orpheus, if I may." He strides up
Oh,
to you,
God.
Orpheus, and plants a hand in yours, giving you a firm handshake.
I
Well
shake it
done,
back.
old boy. Well done, old sport. What an incredible job. You've really put your foot down up there. I could see the old Orpheus coming out in those brave and brash actions.
The
How
old
wonderful.
Orpheus.
The
Thank
bold
you.
one. Yes. My
Am I
friend
not
Orpheus.
bold anymore?
You're bold. I saw it just now.
Okay, wait. Do you guys think of me as bold?
Anyways.
I feel as if everything we have done as a group is bold, and you compromise a large part of those decisions.
You sure compromise us.
You've done brave things.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you, Abel. I'll try to bring back old Orpheus more often.
What? Don't turn this into a negative. I dare say the bravest
Oh,
I've ever
God.
seen.
That's
This is
so
a compliment,
unbold.
old boy. He slaps an arm
Okay.
on your hand, rattling your body a little bit with an unexpected force. He sort of sees that and pulls back and goes, "Oh goodness, you could take that hit before. Come on, old chap."
Orpheus,
So
you'd make
many
a good
bags.
soldier. I'd have you on my platoon.
I would make a good soldier. I was the first knight of the Great Nation.
And you would also be a great knight of Queen Riddicy, you know?
Do all of you think so? Lonely of me.
We're literally saying we think highly of you in your actions. Take the
Thank you.
compliment.
It was supposed to be a compliment.
Okay, I guess it felt like I'm a CEO of a company and you were like, "I trust you in the mailroom. Work in my mailroom. You'd be good at that." Sorry, I'm not trying to be bitter. It's just hard when the person who I used to be like sort of in charge with is now like 2 feet taller than me, and when he slaps my shoulder, I feel my teeth shake. Sorry, I'm trying not to be bitter. I think it's Iceland, not me.
Come now, have some
Oh.
sense, Orpheus. You are the bravest of all the knights. If the sergeant would have you on his platoon, then you'd make it anywhere. You did good today. I was proud to see your work. In fact, I'd love to have your help in deciphering this tune. You know how I love a good jam.
Oh God, don't make me. Dulam loves music.
Ulam, old chap, is that right? You're a music enjoyer?
I could help.
Well, you and I have a project then. You're not helping, you're leading, my friend. We're doing this together. You know more about the music of this era. I need to do myself some studying. Where's the nearest library?
Oh, it just blows from every side.
Right now?
Well, when's better time? I'm not much to waste time, unless, of course, we have something better to do. This is
I
a
mean, we
good
could
goal
go
to
find
have.
Beazle.
Well, that's fair. I would like to do that. Is that something we can do now, or are we a bit less short on time?
I don't see why we couldn't do it now, but I don't know. What exactly did she say, Dylan?
She said to ask for a phoenix shot.
This is kind of cool, actually.
All right, so what would you guys like to do? Evening is still sort of wearing on. It's still sort of the early evening, so you still can do something with your night. As well, we could also just all go to fucking bed. I could really use a nap and a good bath and maybe some food.
I admire the tenacity to learn more. I think we should at least do that if we choose to do nothing else.
Let's go talk to Beazle before bed. I'm sure she can't get us to Reximir tonight, so maybe it'd be good to get on their calendar earlier than later, you know?
Right,
Sure.
then on we go. That sounds wonderful. Yeah, what if I go, I can go look after Tick and Monty. I'll just go, get some food, go to bed.
You've been through quite the day.
Aw, thanks,
It would make
sire.
sense you can rest if you want.
Hey, listen, man, you spin that ring on your finger right now, alright? You enjoy. He slaps you and starts wandering off. Come now, let's have an adventure. Abel struts
Okay.
off.
At least they're not walking in the same direction.
Which way are we going, by the way?
I think I'm following Abel.
Yes, but he doesn't know where the bar is, does he?
Oh, I see your point now. Abel, where are you
As
going?
Abel steps further away, he goes, no offense, is Abel stupid?
Orpheus considers this, having never really thought about it before.
He's very good at some things. Is Abel stupid? I don't know. You know how some people, they don't think enough to be stupid or smart because you can't tell how good they are at thinking because they don't do it?
I think so.
He's not stupid. He's, emotional, maybe impulsive. You know, where I might take 10 or 20 years to think about something, he'll have already done it and had it go bad, and then done it again and had it go right. Maybe done it twice and had it go right. So, I don't know, not stupid, I wouldn't say.
Oh, Orpheus, I'm just walking where my heart takes me. I know there's a bar district around here somewhere, and I think some drunkards could point us in the right direction, won't they?
Hey, Dulam,
Seemed like
you
it's-
memorized the map, right?
Correct.
Or I can consult my drawing, or do you want Abel to lead us? Or
I'll direct
I'm
them.
good with the map. But, you know, his plan seemed stupid, but then just then when he explained it, yeah, if we didn't have the map, it's not the worst idea.
no, it wasn't.
Abel, get back here. We have a map, numbskull.
All right, point me in the direction. He does not turn around and continues.
I
Just
walk
yell
up
at them.
and start leading him.
Okay,
It appears
you sort
we're
of trot out
following
in
him
front of
either
him.
way.
Dulam trots up to get in front. Attaboy, Dulam, my musical companion, you get out there. Show me the way. And you guys walk out into the city, yeah?
I want to quickly turn to Orpheus and say, I think the word you were looking for is naive. He's naive, but it's sort of endearing in the same way he wants to go read right now.
I wouldn't say naive because he knows what might go wrong. He just doesn't care. Does that
Sounds
make any
free.
sense? Free is a great word for it. But, you know, there's such thing as too free.
Yes, that I can understand. Good thing you're here to keep him on a... I want to retract the statement. The statement I was going to say was, I hope you keep him on a leash and collar.
I like that.
Okay, Fintire says that.
Okay, buddy. That's why I'm in charge and he's just the fourth knight. That's so much lower than me.
The hierarchy makes sense.
Actually.
All right, so you guys want to head out into the city. Sure. You guys begin marching out. You have to get over the hill. As you recall, the castle ward is sort of at the top of this grassy hill, the grassy knoll. And descending it takes some time down the grass. It's dark out here. It's actually the darkest part of the city. The rest of the city has street lamps everywhere, but out here, especially by the Blackstaff Tower, which is completely unlit, it's pretty dark. It's mostly just illuminated by the backsplash of the city itself. So you guys make your way until you finally find the main road, passing by some of the noble houses and the trading houses of the castle district. About 20 minutes of walk later, and you eventually make your way out into the traders district. This is where the map points you as you follow it, Dulam. You're able to keep to it pretty well. In fact, you sort of find pleasure in sort of pathfinding the perfect way to get there and the most efficient route. You guys duck through a few dingy alleys to save a few seconds, and after another 10 or so minutes of walking, you guys find yourselves in the midst of the trade war. During this walk, is there anything you guys would like to do?
Demos is sort of looking for like a small but like still sizable like chest with a lock on it to purchase specifically.
Oh, okay, to purchase. Yeah, that's actually pretty easy to find. You can duck into any number of shops and metalworking shops to buy a chest with a lock. The chest itself will run you about 2 silver pieces, and the lock, depending on the complexity you want, could get more expensive. How nice of a lock do you want?
How complex can I get?
The nicest locks you see sold here are a DC 20 sleight of hand check, and that's sort of already masterwork. You think you'd have to custom order anything nicer, and those go for 20 gold pieces.
20 gold pieces sounds perfect to me.
Oh, okay. So you spend 20 gold pieces, so please subtract 20 gold pieces and 2 silver to buy a beautiful iron lock and a fine, sturdy oak chest with banded iron.
Nice. Perfect.
Sweet. What was that for?
Oro.
Timos?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
Let's just say I'm thinking of a few ways of securing our special book.
Oh, locking it in a chest. That is not a bad idea. It could keep prying eyes away. Oh, you make a good point, Timos. If that wizard, with all the anger we saw, truly forgot about the book, we would be unwise to think so. He might follow us for a day or two.
Yes, and I don't know how to feel about keeping it on us all the time, so we'll see what happens.
I feel we must keep it on us. A simple locate object, and he could find it. And he's a very powerful wizard.
Well,
We could
it's not
put
as
it-
if...
We could
It's not
put it
as
in
if,
Dylan's bag. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, we could put it in Dylan's bag. But also,
Yeah, I guess something really fucked up.
It's. I don't think he even knows what he's looking for, though. You know.
Good point.
Oh, yeah, sorry, true. He didn't see it. Yes.
But he does know it's a book. Can I see the chest
I
quickly,
mean,
Damos?
clairvoyance, perhaps, he could also use.
Yeah, I'll show the chest to Dylan.
I'm gonna put my hand over it and cast an alarm spell around the book.
Nice.
All right, you do so. So I will say I think the alarm spell has a duration. It's about 8 hours. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just wanted to keep you updated on that. But yeah, you cast it around the book so that anyone who touches it who's not you guys will alarm you.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, the alarm spell goes out. You feel it's active and it looks good. Nice.
Inspired by Demos's safe and proactive inventory management, can I keep an eye out for some sort of fireproof bag?
Yeah, those are easy enough to find. They actually sell a few around here. It's just really well treated leather that is fireproof. You can get like a what size do you want? Like a backpack or like a little sack?
Okay, ideally, if they had any sort of fireproofing treatment they could apply to the bag I already have, I would do that. If not, I would go for a satchel similar to the size of my own.
Okay, that charges a bit more. They'll charge you 5 gold pieces to treat your own backpack with this sort of fireproofing lather.
I'm okay with that.
Now, the seller here does make a point that this is fireproof, so it stops flames, but it is not explosion-proof. Some sort of large blast, like a fireball, could still damage the leather beneath.
How much for a blast proof?
The shopkeep, you're talking to a short, younger elven man who speaks up and goes, well, that would be a bit more expensive for you, sir. Blastproof is much harder to find. You see, you need metal for that, and metal casing. It'll be quite bulky and heavy. It's practically like armor for your backpack. Is that really something you want?
Would it slow me?
This specific...
Speaking.
What's that?
Mechanically speaking, would it slow me?
Mechanically speaking, it would not slow you down. However, it would be just bulky, so in character, you would be upset by it.
That's okay. Orpheus doesn't back down from a challenge.
I'm stronger than I look. Bring it on, buddy.
All right, but it's gonna be really clunky too. It might be kind of loud, and this is where I'll mention a potential game change to it. Wearing this giant heavy metal blast shield will give you disadvantage on stealth checks.
Okay, I guess I'll just stick with fireproofing then.
Yeah, sorry. I wish
It's
I could give you more.
fireproofing, but it doesn't work for fireball.
It works for flames. If you walk through a fire, a fireball is explosions, man.
Okay, I might instead keep an eye out for some sort of magic store. Or actually,
fuck
no.
you, all right?
What am I saying?
Yeah, sorry. It just doesn't seem that practical. Hey, Samir,
Yes,
have you ever put a fire-resistant ward on anything before?
tons of things. It was the first thing we were taught when we lived in the plane of elemental fire.
Okay, you're gonna help me out later. Got it, buddy?
He gives you a neutral smile. I can't wait. I missed tinkering.
Me too. It feels like it's been a long time.
It might cost us some. Is this for you?
For my bag, but anyone else who wants some fireproofing done, I would be happy. How much do you think it'll cost?
He sort of looks at your bag and frowns for a moment, sort of measuring the material with his eyes, and the smile returns, and he goes, honestly, for the whole thing, I don't think it would be too much. Let me think. In this place, I would guess 65 gold pieces.
Oh, Samir.
He neutrally smiles. It is magic, Orpheus.
Yeah, I don't have the money for that. Maybe someday.
He gives you sort of a close look and goes, Orpheus, if I buy the gold now for this, will you pay me back?
Yeah, sure.
You promise? I don't forget debts.
I know you don't. And I promise I don't tell lies. So there's that, buddy.
Okay, he smiles. I'll be right back. He sort of disappears
Yeah,
off
wait,
into the
I
shop.
have 22 gold pieces. Put these to it. What's the interest rate we're talking about?
No interest. I'm not a mob boss.
Okay.
Just write down 43 gold to Samir. That's all.
43.22. Yeah, done.
He smiles and wanders off. Be back soon. And he gets some supplies.
What a great guy.
He really is.
All right, so does anyone else want to buy anything here?
I don't, because I don't have the money.
Yeah, I'm also poor right now.
We really need to get some sort of money gaming scheme here soon, don't we?
My costume was a little pricey.
Yeah, we all blew our entire budgets on costumes for the ball, Abel.
Yeah, I don't
think
want to talk
every
about
one
how
of
much
us-
I spent on my.
No, well, you should have just taken them from people in the street. You have no idea how many people would just hand away their things if you approach them in an alley.
All of those people think you're robbing them. It's actually important you know that, because now that you know, if you keep doing it's you're robbing them on purpose now.
You're kidding. It was nothing of the sort. I said nothing about robbing. I merely said something. Excuse me, fine gentlemen. Could you help a poor fellow out?
Fail. They're taking it as robbing because you look a little intimidating. I mean,
I
you're a
make it-
pirate.
Well, that's
Can I
true.
make
I
an
suppose I
insight
still
check?
need to find this. Yes, roll an insight check.
Sorry, guys can keep talking.
Right then, on our way to this bar, Dulam, I think you are leading us.
Well, we can't leave without Samir.
Well, he knows where to keep up with us. Come now, we can't wait for everyone. Let's get a move on.
What?
I plant my feet.
Obviously, we're waiting.
Orpheus, you've become too attached to individuals. He'll catch up. He's a smart man.
What? I don't. What? I'm not going to leave my friend in a busy city square while he's doing me a favor after lending me 40 gold. I mean, I wouldn't leave him even if he hadn't lent me 40 gold, but it's just insult to injury. It's rude, Abel. It's not polite.
Fine, I guess I'll plant. And he walks up and kneels against a street post and taps his foot annoyingly.
While we're on the subject of money, we do still need 320 gold by the next couple of days for the ritual.
I
Shit,
probably shouldn't
that's
have
a lot
spent
of
that
money.
gold just now. 320 gold. We could do another job in the dungeons, or...
That could work.
If it's our only option.
Or maybe
I
I
could
do
create
actually
some-
get this guard job.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know what sort of job it would have to be to make 350 gold in a day.
I'm not sure either.
The killing kind.
I think you'd be really good at your garden job. 350 gold worth.
I could make a beautiful piece of art that's worth infinite gold to the right buyer.
Could you do it in 2 days?
Art takes time. It's a good point.
Samir returns after about 15 minutes of his outing. You see he's got a big handful of items. You spot some glass vials and beakers. He's got some, looks like dead red salamanders, some black paste, and some pumice stones. And he gives you a smile, Orpheus. I got everything we need. Can I put this in a bag? I forgot to bring one that could fit it all.
Orpheus grimaces at the dead salamanders, but offers his bag.
It is all right,
Oh, God.
Orpheus. They were dead when I bought them. They are ingredients.
Oh, just so dead.
These are like pigeons where I come from.
What does that mean?
Did
You
they deliver your
kill me.
messages?
No, they are like vermin. These fire salamanders. They crowd the streets, attack people's pets.
They attack
The pigeons don't attack.
Oh, you haven't been to New York yet, have you? Anyway, I'm excited to do this with you, Orpheus. I think this could be fun. Sorry to hold us all up. I'm ready to go now.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, you're fine, Samir. Thank you for lending me the money. I'm a bit embarrassed to have needed the help, but I'm worried I'm going to blow up and blow us all up, so thank you for doing that. Let's get moving now.
I think it was a good investment.
I rub your head.
Right, you guys make your way. Eventually, Dulam, you get everyone to the right spot. You guys all, and this is in the trading district for reference. Normally that is the kind of sort of settlement where you'd find trading buildings. But yeah, let me make it cute. There we go. Had to
Music
change the
change.
music for you. You find a bar in the trading ward. It's on one of the more crooked streets off to the side. It's tucked between a theater and what looks like a silver mint. The building is actually kind of unassuming. A short, squat, navy painted building with a tarnished metal sign depicting what looks like a Liberty Bell with 2 wings on the side. Lanterns on the front of the entrance shed a dull silvery glow, and the windows are from the outside, so you can't see in. There's instead of one simple iron door that's closed.
All right, I'll walk up to it.
All right, you approach. It opens with an oily groan. Inside, you find the Quicksilver Liberty Bar. It's dim and somewhat quiet. The room is filled with rows of stools and simple tables, sparsely attended by about 5 or 6 what look like drunkards. It's strangely sterile here. Everything is clean. All the tables are spotless and the stools are spotless. Even the drunkards here have nary a drop spilled on their table, and they all seem to be clutching their assorted cups and wooden goblets with both hands. The bartender here is what looks like a shorter woman with 2 horns sprouting out of her head. She's got a monocle over one eye, and she sort of just sits there and idly watches the entrance and sees you guys as you all walk in.
All right, I'll start walking up to the bar.
You walk up. On closer inspection, you see that the woman has 2 long, goat-like legs. You recognize her as what looks like an older satyr. She speaks with sort of a wavering voice of the elderly. What can I do you for? Welcome to the Quicksilver Liberty Bar.
Hello. 2 guards told me to order a Phoenix shot here. I was curious if you could help me find them again, and maybe some details about employment.
Oh, I see. Well, one moment here. And the woman slowly turns around and procures a handful of shot glasses, all glass, and places them on the counter before. Is that going to be for everyone here?
I look back.
Yeah,
Yes.
we could use the cash.
Yeah.
She places out a little shot glass in front of each of you, and you see she turns behind her and picks up what looks like a walking staff. Picking it up, she unscrews the very tip of it, revealing a small hidden compartment in the staff. She pulls the staff up to the bar and pours exactly 1 drop of some sort of shimmering crimson liquid into each of the shot glasses. The 1 drop falls to the bottom of the well of the glass, and you could barely see it. She quickly caps the container, places the walking staff behind her, and says, a bit quietly, go ahead and drink this, and don't blink, okay? It sort of stings.
Sure thing. I'll down it.
All right, Duelam downs it. How about the rest of you guys?
Orpheus is apparently not fucking bold anymore, so he downs it.
Bolder than any I've ever seen. Abel downs it. Does anyone not want to drink this thing? After the
Put
night
it in
we've
my
had,
mouth.
I don't know if I want to get drunk, if this is alcohol.
I'm not
does
sure what it
taste
is.
like alcohol? Okay, yeah.
Samir sort of waits for a moment to see what you guys all taste. You taste it, Orpheus. It stings on the way down, and it does taste strongly of some sort of moonshine liquid. All of you feel the stinging run down your mouth. Even Duelam, who you didn't even know you had taste buds, you feel a burning click inside of your memory.
It's alcohol, Samir. It's probably too strong for you.
Just as you all finish the shot, all of your visions begin to swim. Duelam, it happens to you first, then Orpheus, quickly everyone else. Heat rushes down your throat and up your spine to your head, and for a moment, the whole world begins spinning. Higher, the spin sort of cancels out your wizard wobble, so everything goes still instead. All of you look around, and the world around you slowly tints red. And then all of a sudden, the walls around you all begin melting away, down into liquid metal in the floor, and then rolling up like a rising red curve. You all shift planes
What the
Oh.
fuck?
into a different room.
Including Samir?
Samir did not drink the liquid. You see him melt away with the rest of the background.
Oh.
It is also worth noting, as all of you guys drink this, you all become extremely drunk. It clicks immediately. The one drop puts you all right over the edge. In fact, it puts you all at the exact same level of drunkenness, which on my little chart of drunkenness, I just simply have here as drunk. You are inebriated now. You have disadvantage on all checks except charisma checks, and you are, like, deep in it. It happened quickly and almost immediately. It's almost nauseating, but it's official, and you're drunk now. And it sort of overwhelms you for a moment as you look around and take in the scene as this curtain, this red curtain, rolls up to replace the surroundings around you with what looks like a beautiful little lounge. The air here is scented with exotic incense. The walls slowly rise up and are made of what look like almost slowly shifting silver scales, like the shed skin of a dragon. The light in this room is very low. Very dim lanterns here cast no shadows, and all the light barely illuminates a medium-sized room, only about the size of the bar you were just in, with no exits you can see. Instead, there's a bar right where the bar was a moment before, and around you are what look like nobles, information brokers, gamblers, whisperers, people, 30, 50, it looks like maybe even 60 people filling the bar, filling every immaculate table that you saw just a moment before. Lounge booths in the corner, stick-ups, and with looks like Gothic architecture, black with red velvet and beautiful bright red cushions on the bottom. You see what looks like the same bartender, the woman with the curled horns, an older figure, and the satyr legs, now moving quickly, serving a bunch of people at once. There's a whole swarm of what looks like finely dressed individuals at the bar, all ordering different things. Again, there's no exit you can see to this place. The noise fills the room quickly. In fact, you also hear quiet, haunting jazz music over the clinking of crystal and the shouts and raucous laughter of gamblers. You've made it to the speakeasy portion of the bar.
Holy shit.
Sick.
This is so sick.
You guys are all drunk as you arrive here, and you look around. You see Abel is here too. He's sort of looking around. He looks down at his hands and goes, "What is this familiar yet completely new feeling?
Oh, you're drunk, Abel.
How marvelous. What has happened to my skull?
What? What has happened to your skull?
Well, it's practically swimming. Look at the room around us. We're somewhere different, and it seems we've lost our friend Samir Ovilus.
It's the alcohol. It makes you feel bad and sort of confused.
Look at Haya. He's practically swimming in the air. Are you alright, Froggy?
So sorry, give me 1 second.
I believe he's too drunk to even respond. Alright, you guys are all in the bar. What would you guys like to do?
Okay, so Hire's drunk, great. Hire smiles when Abel calls him Froggy and says, "Oh, fucking, I really don't like myself when I drink. I am gonna go hang out with other people. I just really can't be around you right now."
Come now, Haya, come back. We have conversations to attend to.
Stop it.
I want to
Don't
pull
say that
Abel
word.
aside.
I need to talk to you later, but right now you need to tone it down.
What am I toning down? I'm excited to be here.
Personality, no, to zero.
No, I'm a charming person. It's part of my...
Not right now,
beauty.
not anymore. No, just keep it in yourself.
Riddicy told me it was one of her favorite components of me. She often said that
Okay,
late
well,
at night,
you know-
Orpheus.
I punch him in the stomach.
Don't speak of our queen that way.
You feel like rigid abs bite back against your fist.
I shake off my hand and try to not look hurt, but I'm hurt. Don't keep our queen's name out of your wretched, filthy mouth. Why don't you stop talking?
What are you going to do about it, Orpheus, huh? Riddicy, oh my queen Riddicy. If only she were here to see my splendor.
I hit him again. This time I want to try to punch him like right in the solar plexus. And okay, no, actually, this one's not even a boy fit. This one's a girl fit. I want to scratch him.
Oh, with your
Wow.
metal nails?
That's
yeah,
fucked
with my
up,
metal
man.
nails.
You wanna roll to hit?
Yeah.
Alright, while they are entering initiative, what did the rest of you guys want to do?
I'll look
Oh.
around for Mammon and Beazle.
Yes, you look around. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Higher?
I think Drunken Hire is gonna try to like somewhat protect Abel. Probably not like fully
Oh,
like stand
wow,
in front of
protect
Orpheus, but like we're talking like maybe like a polite like pull on the arm, like Orpheus. No, that hurts him.
You feel a tug or a face.
He's
Look
better!
now! My froggy friend is protecting me. Oh, my savior.
Go. Oh my god.
do
Maybe
I
I
hit?
shouldn't.
What'd you
Can
get?
I hit?
What'd you roll?
It's 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, great. I do 1d4 damage.
Yeah, you scratch deeply down the front of his body. You see, this one he does react to much stronger than the sort of playful punch as you draw blood in deep scratches across his chest.
Okay, it does 2 damage.
Keep our queen's name out of your slutty mouth.
Orpheus, you damned! And he reaches out his hand and he goes for a backhand against your face.
No, please don't fight.
Does an
Guess we're
18
fighting
hit?
now.
Yeah, 18 super hits.
All right, you feel a sting of pain as your face is slapped hard as he smacks you. It hits harder than he even planned on it, and your head reaches back as he deals also 2 damage.
Okay, just Orpheus
He's sort
is
of-
not
he's-
looking good.
He sort of holds his hand and goes, I'm sorry, Orpheus, that was too rude. I sort of
I want to
forgot
scratch
that-
him again.
You reach for it.
It's 18 to hit.
That also hits.
Okay.
Orpheus is becoming
this one's 1
domestic
damage.
party abuse.
You
Stay
scratch
out of
again.
it.
This one gets a little
Sorry.
higher, up by his neck, and you catch 3 deep gashes, drawing more blood. This he sort of yells out a bit loud now, and he goes, "Ha! Damn my chivalry, then, eh? And damn this body you're in. I'll beat you man to man like I always have, eh?
You've not beat me once.
You've always been an easy target for me, Orpheus. First night of Queen Eurydice, eh? First to go down in eye books. Come now, raise your fists." He holds out both
You
of his
dirty
fists.
slut man.
I raise both my fists.
You notice that the bar is now getting into it. Unlike, most bars where you guys might get kicked out, you notice there's no bouncer here, and instead people seem to sort of be hooting and hollering, and you hear some money being thrown out. Money on the big guy! Money on the big guy!
Guys, it's been a really hard day. What if we just enjoyed it?
People see the blood drawn, and other people just go, "Oh, I got 3 gold on the small kid there, the girl, yeah." And
I
people
give him
start to put down
crazy
money.
eyes.
You start looking crazy. He holds out 2 of his fists, and you see he's got this brilliant, bold look in his face of excitement. He gives you a half smile. Come now, Orpheus, raise your fists, engage me.
I raise my fists, I engage. Me and all 5 of my HP are ready to go down.
Great, give me an initiative roll, please.
Anyone
Yeah.
while
want to
you're
take
doing
3
that,
on Abel?
you hear a guy from behind you hire some what looks like gambler wearing fine nobleman's clothes. Go, I take that bet, 3 gold. I got you.
Sold!
You put down 3 gold, and while this is happening, Duelam, what's your perception check?
My tattoos sort of light up as the alcohol gets negated, and I got a nat 20.
Oh, do you negate the alcohol on purpose?
With I have an ability that lets me roll disadvantage straight.
You have Oh, I see. Got it.
Wow.
So through the drunkenness, Duelam powers through and gazes around with those beautiful glowing eyes. Duelam, you do spot them, both of them. You recall the last time you saw these 2 individuals, they were wearing masks, but you remember their silhouettes perfectly, and you spot the 2 of them, both Mammon and Beazle, huddled up in one of the far corners. They look to be drinking with a large group of 6 or 7 people, and the group of them are all well appreciating this little bout of entertainment in the middle. The 2 of them have smiles on their face, and they haven't noticed you yet.
Okay, seeing that the fight is becoming an actual fight, I'll turn around after seeing where they are.
Got it. You've clocked it, and you turn around. Demos or Jaya, do you guys want to do anything?
I don't think I do.
I'm probably trying to stop Hire from interfering.
Fair fight.
No, but I have subtle spell. I could win big.
He's been burning it all day.
Is a single soul betting against Abel?
Yes, there actually seem to be a few constituents. And for example, the person who just bet with Hire is betting against Abel. They saw your metal nails and the blood you've drawn. In fact, you've drawn first blood, so some people think you might have some sneaky tactics. You do hear Abel's name. The odds seem to be pretty high. You think it's about 10-1.
Happens to the best of us.
In fact, a little prize pool gets bid, and you see someone going around collecting money from the rest of them. Seems like one of the higher up, perhaps one of the more official nobles here that works the tellers, collecting money and putting up bids. You got the highest initiative, Orpheus, so you go first. Abel's got his fists up, and he looks excited.
Okay, I want to go ahead and aim for the...
You and your stupid fucking pretty face, huh?
And I want to try to scratch his nose.
Ooh, all right, roll to hit.
It's a 4. I miss.
Orpheus, you absolute dagger in my heart. I can say Riddice as much as I want. Her name is dearest to me as any, and it is my right.
You didn't have sex with her. You can't tell lies about her. That's nobody's right.
It's merely stories. Have you never heard of music before? It's all storytelling, Orpheus. You just need to get yourself a bit of creativity.
Stories that are true are called lies.
It's just a bit of novel fun, all right? And who's to say I didn't spend late evenings with the Queen, eh? You certainly went there. You were too busy fighting for her. She needed all sorts of pleasantries from her nights, you know that?
He has to take his turn so I can hit him again.
Did you miss?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I missed bad. Sorry. I got a 4 to hit.
Okay, he rolls. You see he throws out a fist right at your neck. It comes at you fast, and for a moment you feel like a pang of fear that doesn't actually come from you. You think it comes from the body you're in, realizing that this fist will do way more than you're normally used to in your Orpheus form, in your now frailer human form. It comes wailing at you. Does a 16 hit?
Yep. Super hits.
All right, this one slams you right in the neck. You choke out a bit as you see he's throwing all of his force into this one, dealing a total of 8 damage.
I go unconscious.
Orpheus, the strike lands true. You choke out and then begin to fall. Just before you hit the ground and you lose consciousness, you feel Abel catch you, and then you fall unconscious. The rest of you guys see Abel throw a punch and then immediately wrap his arms around Orpheus, almost expecting him to fall. You hear cheers from the crowd and boos as the fight did not last as long as they wanted. And then some money gets paid out a few directions. Higher, you do get 3 more gold on betting for Abel, so you now have 6 gold.
I'm happy for you.
Huge.
Go ahead and add that plus 3 gold. You earned it, my friend. You're buying drinks tonight. And Abel quickly tries to perform a medicine check. Let's see if he's any good at it. He's got a +0. Alright, he got a 10. That's perfectly average. So he stabilizes Orpheus to 0. So Orpheus, you're not rolling death saves.
Great.
And then Abel sort of looks around and goes, "Is there a doctor in this house?"
I got it, buddy. This happens a lot.
Oh,
Don't
thank
worry.
you, Haya.
I got
My
it.
ego is going through the ringer, you guys.
Guy, you're like some kind of like one punch man. Like it only took one punch. You can cut that, and I understand. And then I'll heal you.
All right. Go ahead and roll the healing, but for now we'll just run through it. Orpheus, you sort of choke back to consciousness, realizing what happened. Your throat burns, and you feel sort of prickliness at the edge of your throat, like it tickles. You look up and you see Abel is cradling your upper torso with Higher leaning over, casting healing. Abel looks down and gives you a charming smile and goes, "That wasn't so bad, was it?
Don't
Seems I
touch
still
me,
punch as well
asshole."
as I used to."
Oh, good for you that you still punch as well as you used to. I'm really happy everything's working out so well from you here. And I guess maybe you were always meant to be here because you just seem to really like it and take to it naturally, and that's great. I
Oh,
want to
Sir
go to Samir.
Orpheus,
How do I
hold
get
on.
out of here?
Sir Orpheus, chill out, all right? You must relax. That was just good fun. You have a mighty scratch on you. You nearly... And he sort of opens his shirt a little bit and shows off the huge scratches there. And he goes, "You nearly opened up my heart with that first one.
Keep your shirt on, you beautiful bastard.
You've got some strength in you. Come on, it was just like the good old days. What's with this temper now? We used to always laugh this off."
I don't know. I don't want to be here right now. I want to be drunk. That's what it is.
I want to
you
try to
are
walk away
still
towards the
drunk.
bar. I want to be drunker.
Awesome. Oh, I forgot to give us disadvantage for both of you guys on all those attacks. It's alright. Disadvantage for everyone. It's a straight roll. Yeah, that probably would have been what happened. The crowd sort of dies down and the cheering dies down as people walk over and pat Abel on the back. You notice someone gives Abel a gold coin and whispers something in his ear, and he flashes a charming smile at them. You walk over to the bar. You notice that behind the bar, who seems to be just about stepping out, is a large minotaur, a man of large size whose gruff voice sort of booms out over the crowd and goes, "No fighting in my bar!" The voice
sorry.
echoes, and Abel gives a wave and goes, "Sorry, it's just good sportsmanlike conduct, old chap. I'm sure you'll forgive us."
I hope you throw us out, just because he would be upset by that.
The minotaur huffs out a almost visible breath out of his nose and then returns back behind the bar, settling in behind in about the same spot the other bartender was, and you watch, Orpheus, as you approach, that the bartender seems to shift in form, changing quickly from a minotaur quickly down in shape and size down to the shape of an older satyr woman.
Oh my god.
The changeling gives you a charming smile. "So what'll it be there, dearie?"
I don't know. What do you think I need? What would you?
Why don't you check the menu?
Can I have a copy of it? Where is it?
I squint by the bar.
She passes you what looks like a very thin wooden piece of what looks like a menu. It's very small though and thin, almost like a business card. It has merely one menu item on it.
Okay, I'll have this one. I point at it.
It reads Ember Wine.
Yeah, Ember Wine. Yeah. Give me an Ember Wine. Make it a double.
Right, dearie. And you see an Ember Wine is 5 silver pieces. She asks for the 5.
Oh, do I have 5 silver pieces?
Hire comes up to you and gives you one of the gold coins and says, "Hey, you earned this."
Thanks, buddy.
I pass the gold coin over to her and take the 5 silver back because those are my last 5 silver.
Oh my god, you're poor. Rig the fight. She passes it over to you and gives you a deep smile. "You know, it's the perfect drink. It's just what you need, dearie. Enjoy it and come back for more." And
I will.
as you approach higher, the woman looks at you and goes, "Oh, would you like our special today?" And she passes you the same business card, and you notice something else is written on it.
What?
What else is written on it?
"Oh, well, dearie, there's only one item for each person visiting. It's what you want most."
Oh, I
And,
am really scared to look at that menu.
And Orpheus, as you down your drink, it is delightful. It's a grape wine, and you taste the flavor of raisin in the grapes. The ember is a fine heat, not a spicy heat, but rather this warmth that fills you and perfectly soothes that sort of burned, scratchy throat that you just got from Abel's punch. It fills you with warmth, and it's delightful, and it also is quite strong. You feel yourself getting drunker by the second.
Great.
It's one of the best drinks you've had since being alive.
Yeah, dude, it seems awesome.
Higher, you sort of glance at the menu, then glance up. The woman gives you a smile and goes, "Come on, dearie, you know you want to try it."
Hire's really scared, but what does the menu say?
You want to look down at it?
Yeah.
All right, for you, Higher, it reads Lavender Crash. 3 silver pieces.
Oh, I look at Orpheus. If I try this, can you make sure I don't do anything stupid again, like last time?
I can't stop anybody from doing anything, especially when it's stupid.
Okay, that wasn't quite the answer I was looking for.
Best trip sitter.
It's fine. I'm gonna be good. We deserve this. Let's do it. I'll pay for the silver.
Everybody exactly what they deserve.
I'd take another drink.
It's delicious. Every sip almost calms the nerves.
Holy shit.
Holy.
And Higher, you order the Lavender Crash. 3 silver pieces less, you are presented with this short, squat cup with a purple drink inside. It's a bit viscous, and as you down it, it's filled with all the flavors of home, of Ethera, cooking that you used to have with your family there. Broths and soups and stews. It's hearty, this beverage, and this drink calms you immensely. It's not quite as magical as your ring, but you feel all your worries and troubles fleet out of you as you drink this delicious, savory broth filled with warm alcohol. It drowns out a lot of your sorrows, and you sort of look around the room content, excited.
I'm so sorry. Does it say anything?
As you drink it, this drink speaks to you in a familiar voice.
No.
It sounds like Monty.
That's fucking crazy. That's so fucked up.
He speaks to you in sort of a casual tone. And it's the kind of thing that only you can hear, of course, and you sort of press your ear up to it, and it's a whisper, but he speaks to you. It's gonna be alright, buddy. You and me, we're gonna run through this world together. I'm gonna be alright, and you are too. Enjoy.
Oh, I really don't like that. How do you know so much about me? I am
The bartender looks at you and sort of nods and goes, "What do you mean, dearie? I just got the drink you wanted, that's all."
I've never wanted a drink so bad.
You put it back, fire, it's amazing.
Yeah, clink.
Clink. Abel steps forward and sort of knocks into you guys, steadying the two of you and goes, "Oh, pardon me, friends. My goodness, what a fine establishment here, eh? What did the two of you get there?"
I go find Doolam.
"Oh, what a pouty puss, that one. Why don't you go take a look after him, Froggy?" And Abel gives you a wink.
Sure, buddy. And good job out there, champ. And then I want to hand him one of the other 3 gold coins and say, figured I'd rather give you this coin than a dumb dance coin anyway. And then I go find the rest of the group.
As you sort of walk off, he grabs you by the back of the plate mail collar and sort of pulls you back and goes, "Excuse me, I'm so sorry, Haya, that reminds me, I owe you an apology." He drops to one knee solidly, coming in perfect eye contact with you and goes, "Listen, we haven't gotten a chance to talk about it yet, my froggy friend, but I owe you a deep apology for what happened that night. You see, well, I was enticed by our conversation. I hope it never felt like I was just using you. You see, I did really need a room to stay in that night, and I thought that perhaps you were a member of the hotel, clerks, the clerks there, the people who live there, you know? I thought you had a room, and I thought I could perhaps use that to escape the police that night, but you must understand, I wasn't just doing this to escape. I enjoyed your company, and I really did intend to spend the night with you. I hope this doesn't breed any contention between us. I'm sorry we got cut off, and, well, I just want you to know that I enjoyed that evening, every part of it."
Hire giggles and is like, "Did the drink do that too? That's fucked up." Oh God, what do I say? I really feel like I'm not in the best place. I guess I'm drunk. But thank you. That means a lot.
Well, I'm a bit intoxicated myself, so let's just call it liquid courage, friend. And he clinks a glass with you.
Oh,
by the way,
back.
This woman presented me with this drink called a pina colada. Do you know what that is?
That's your favorite drink?
I'm not sure. I've never had one of these before. He sort of holds it up to his lips and his eyes go wide.
Oh God, it's so you. It just makes sense. You must try it.
What a delightful sensation. Some sort of tropical fruit in there. I simply must know more. What would the rest of you guys like to do? Hire, you sort of make your way back to the group, and Orpheus, you pout it off. So the rest of you guys, Jaya, Dulam, and Demos, you guys are all drunk now, sort of hanging out in the center.
I wanted to look for Aura.
Okay, you find him.
Hello. I'm sorry I wasn't nearby. Other in-party fights haven't been that violent before.
It's fine. No, you're focusing on the job, and that's what we should all focus on. This is why I want to hold your head and sort of crouch down to look at you. This is why I know you have such a great future ahead, because you're focused, and I admire that immensely.
Thank you.
Now,
but I think next
step,
time I won't
buddy?
wander as far.
Well, you should be able to trust that we'll all manage ourselves behind you when you're leading the way, you know? It's not your fault, is what I'm saying.
Thank you.
I need to be better, honestly.
Well, I think you did well in the fight.
Oh, thanks.
It didn't start off very fair. You seemed pretty beat up earlier from the book.
Was pretty beat up. Definitely had a lot of blood in my eyes and nose, and you know how important... Well, I guess you might not know. Very important to breathe through your nose when you're fighting.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I found Mammon and Beazle in the corner if you'd like to talk to them.
I would love to do that. Thanks, buddy.
Sure. Start walking over.
All right, you, the two of you guys make your way over. You sort of have to push through a couple smaller groups and past some tables to get there. Is there anything Jaya, Demos, you guys want to do, or anything else in the
I
meantime?
think Jaya's just riding that wave.
All right, you ride the drunk high.
He's not fighting it.
I think Demos is going to talk to the bartender.
All right, you approach the bartender, Demos. She still is about 2 feet shorter than you, you'd say, and she's looking up at you as you approach and goes, "Oh, hello there, dearie. Could I get you a drink or something nice?"
Yes, I was thinking so, but I was wondering where do you procure all your drinks? You seem to have quite the variety.
She holds a finger up to her lips and goes, "Bit of a secret there, darling. Actually, a bit of luck. I came across it, some old magic that I don't quite understand, but love using for this purpose. Sort of a single menu item, you see. It just gives me some ingredients and I can put together whatever the drinker wants most. Pretty nifty, eh?"
Yeah, I'd say so myself. And you happen to have one of these menus around?
"Yeah, sure." She procures for you one of these little wooden cards and holds it up to you. "You know how us old ladies have to keep our secrets."
Quite.
And she shows it to you. Demos, yours reads the following. It says, "Elemental Nectar."
Ooh. You see, this does sound quite tempting, but I don't think it's what I really want.
She looks at you puzzled and goes, "Well, what do you mean there, friend? Not what you want? Do you see anything else on the menu?"
Oh, well, that's the problem. I believe I would like your favorite drink.
Slut.
Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Her eyes both sort of go up at this one, the eyebrows raising, and this catches her attention. The woman speaks up to you, Demos. "Well, dear, that's sort of a dangerous question to ask someone like me. My favorite." She sets down the glass she was currently filling with a quiet clink and sort of leans forward over the bar, closing the distance between you and her. And in the very dim candlelight, her body begins to shimmer. She shifts gracefully and smoothly, changing into first a taller, lithe elven man, all sharp cheekbones and night black hair pulled into a sort of messy bun, with a beautiful, sweet smile. And then the figure blurs again. Second, a dusky-skinned tiefling woman with curling horns and glowing amber eyes leaning towards you with a low smile and what looks like almost like you can't quite tell, but shimmering eyes, same as yours. And then another ripple disappeared again. A third now, a rugged, broad-shouldered half-orc, a man with mossy green skin and a square jaw, revealing strong, looks like lines of corded muscle around his neck, but with gentle, kind eyes. The changes continue, faster and a bit more sloppy, and then all of a sudden, settling into the changeling's natural shape. Silver skin, faintly reflecting the light, featureless, with a simple face. They grin and say, "You see, I have different favorites for different bodies."
Oh, I see. But what about this body?
With a flick of their wrist, the bartender produces a crystal bottle beneath the bar, one you hadn't seen, and pours a drink that swirls with gray, shifting sparkles, almost like melted down quicksilver. "Let's find out if this one suits you best, shall we?" And the bartender slides it over to you.
Demos downs it.
Wow, okay. Demos is trying to get something, huh? Demos only dates the high of society. Landowners and nobles and borrowers. You down it. It's a simple drink, Demos. Very heavily alcoholic. It almost comes back up as you down it. It's thick and strong, but flavorless almost, like a raw vodka with a bit of very, very bland, earthy plant-like taste, like a tea that had been watered down a little much. It's not really to your liking, but you notice the bartender pours another glass and downs it themselves. Gives you sort of a shrug and goes, "Free of charge, my dear. Now go enjoy the..." And the figure shifts back into the satyr form of the older woman and gives you sort of a grandma smile.
Demos will give her a wink, and then take the rest of the drink with him, off to find his friends.
All right, you head out back. In the meantime, Duelam and Orpheus, you guys are headed over to the corner, right?
Yup.
You hear sort of a loud voice behind you of Abel going, "My goodness, Demos, you are quite the go-getter, aren't you? I've only known you for 2 nights, and both of those nights you've been out chasing poontang."
Hate it. Couldn't hate it anymore if I tried.
Oh,
You're really good at getting laid, is what he's saying.
Well, where I come from, we have another word for that, but yes.
oh, well, Abel, I guess, I don't know what to say. I guess I can't help but take an interest in interesting people.
He side-eyes you, seeing if he's getting anything, and then gives you a smile and goes, "Well, have at it then, my friends. Tell me if you find any uncharacteristically noble people around here for us to sink our teeth into."
Oh, will do, Abel. Will do.
He slaps you on the back, which actually feels nice to have someone who is a bit taller be able to do that. Not a lot of tall folk in your city.
Wow.
Short.
It actually feels right. Most people, when they hit you, it sort of catches like right on the midsection, like the appendix. But anyway, Duelam and Orpheus, you guys make your way to the corner. Mammon and Beazle, whatever their names are here, they've already noticed you. They seem to have noticed you right at the end of the fight and have been expecting your visit for some time. In fact, the group of about 6 or 7 that the 2 of them had been sitting with has somewhat parted ways now, leaving the 2 of them alone in a very close, tight-knit little, looks like drinking circle, just the 2 of them and a couple bottles of, looks like whatever their 2 favorite drinks are, respectively. And they have a bit of room on either side. They nod as you guys approach, and you get in closer.
I'll give them sort of a motionless wave. "Hello, nice to see you guys again."
One of them speaks up, and now that you get to see their faces, you get a better view of them. The 2 of them looks like it's a man and a woman. The woman is short and stout. You think a dwarven woman without a beard, which is sometimes uncharacteristic, but nevertheless, she's a bit taller and looks to have a large bottle of rum or brandy in front of her. She's got several scars along her face and a large lipped smile with some crooked teeth inside and sort of ratty hair. The gentleman beside her is a very thin, almost rail-thin man, also on the shorter side with gashes and what looks like open wounds along his body, but wears very fine silks and nobleman's clothes to make up for the sort of not so attractive pale, pallid skin he has. He gives you also a smile, and his face is at least a little better looking than the rest of his body, but he also does not quite look like the model citizen of Waterdeep. The 2 of them look like grunts, true and through. Orpheus, neither of them really look familiar to you.
Yeah. So, Beazle and Mammon? I sort of look between them, not sure who is who.
You presume correctly. Now, why don't you come sit down?
Sorry, which one of you is Beazle? Which one of you is Mammon?
And you notice the one that you were that seems to be speaking to you, the dwarven woman without the beard, sans beard.
He has a beard. Sans has a beard.
Puts a hand up and goes, "You'll be calling me Mammon." And the taller, sort of rail-thin fella goes, "Yeah, that makes me Beazle."
Okay, so I have a question. Do you guys have the same gender identity here as you did in Valhalla, or no, or
the
what
2
are
sort
your
of
pronouns,
look
I guess?
at each other and start giggling. Sure, Orpheus, you're a real fucking hoot, you know that? Hey, come take a seat, grab a drink.
Okay, I sit.
You sit, Duelam, you want to join?
Yeah.
I'm glad you can make it here, Russ Bucket. We were looking for you.
Nice to see you too.
Mammon seems to take the lead, the shorter dwarven woman, and she speaks up now. You can just call me, well, we just go by Mammon for now. On account of these, and she sort of reaches up and grabs at her sort of ratty-ass hair. It seems to be pulled aside in two pigtails, and she sort of pulls them, and you see they seem to be attached very loosely to her head, almost like a wig. And you see underneath is also sort of pockmarked skin, similar to her friend beside her, Beazle. The two of them look almost a little sickly, and you're not quite sure why.
Mammon on account of what?
Well, I always thought the name of some sort of, you know, old-fashioned monster would be perfect for me, won't you think?
That's not what comes to mind, no.
Ah, pity. It's nice to be someone else there, you know? Boss lets us sort of do our own bidding. It's like a vacation for us too, you know? Beazle nods.
I've been told how you view my plane, yes.
Yeah, listen, boss is a bit more, I would say, sportsmanlike there, you know? We just sort of show up and play around with the locals, see who he gives us. You know, we've had our fingers in you a few times, haven't we? Aye, haven't we, Beazle? Mammon elbows her friend, and Beazle sort of gives a slight chuckle. Yeah, we certainly have.
I remember this.
Yeah, well, listen, we like to try new things when we're there, alright? So we sort of change forms a little bit, try something new. I'm sure you get it. Fun when people call you different things, right? Yeah, you get it.
For me, but I understand, I guess.
Now then, what brings the, well, what are we supposed to call you now, eh? Still the first knight, or are you sort of like the defunct first knight now?
Sir Orpheus, first knight of Queen Riddicy, savior of the lost.
You got subtitles now, eh? Hey, Beazle, he's got subtitles.
No, that's Riddicy's subtitle. I'm just Sir Orpheus, first knight of Queen Riddicy. I have the one subtitle, but it's the important one.
Beazle grabs a thin bottle of wine and begins drinking it bottle. And Mammon sort of wipes some spit from her face and goes, Orpheus, you're just fucking kidding around with this all the damn time. Listen, what brings you here, alright? We get why your friend's here. Offering you a job, little buddy, if you ever want to do something fun. Hey, listen, if you work here long enough, you might even get to play around, eh?
What does the pay look like?
Well, we're gonna start you off slow. It's gonna be about 2 gold a day, maybe 3 if you're doing big jobs. Bodyguard work, you get it. But once you reach up the ranks, should be pretty quick, I imagine, these days. Bodyguards dropping like flies. Then you start to become something that we consider more of a close associate. You see, me and Beazle here, we're not just bodyguards, we're friends of old Ymir. Allies, if you will, counsel sometimes. You know, Beazle here never cast a spell in his damn life up here, you know that? Yeah, it's true, I've never cast a spell.
Oh.
But somehow knows what the fuck he's doing in Valhalla. Oddest thing, innit? Yeah, I don't know how that works.
It is strange, but I suppose I know things here I didn't back there, so maybe it goes both ways.
So, what you doing here? You trying to get a job on face? Oh, my God. Mammon turns around and smacks Beazle. Like, you won't. No fucking way. The Sir Orpheus, disgraced knight of Queen Riddicy, is looking for a job for us.
Do the others call me disgraced too?
No, just us.
Okay, that's fine.
To give you a smile.
I mostly just wanted to talk to you. It's hard to believe now that I'm here. My friend, Abel, said he'd spoken to you in Valhalla, Beazle.
This doesn't feel quite right. Hey, Beazle, maybe we need to tie Orpheus to a chair or something and pull out some fingers before we start talking, eh? It's usually how these things go down, eh?
Oh, I'd rather if you didn't this time.
And Beazle sort of goes, oh, we're real sorry about all that, Sir Orpheus. Listen, you know, we didn't really know you were like a real person and all that.
It seems to be a mistake a lot of people make. Let's just focus, okay? You've spoken to Abel.
Yeah, that's right. I've spoken to Abel loads of times.
Yes, you have. And you spoke to Iceland as well?
You know, over there in Valhalla, I like to think of myself quite prettier than I am here, so sometimes I like to imagine old Abel sees me.
Can we just not right now, you guys? Can we just keep it business? Like when you speak to me, just...
Come on. You gotta have a drink with us. You know where you are, right? Look at this place.
A bar?
That's right. It's a fucking bar. Look, you got no drink in your hand, and yet you're still probably a little drunk. You gotta be to be here, so take a load off, alright?
This wine thing they gave me, which it's not bad. I take a big sip of it.
Oh, attaboy, hey. They raise their full jugs and tankers, sort of clink you and go, listen, no hard feelings there off. You're a real upstart guy, you know. You were always the bravest of the knights, hottest to crack every time. Abel turned over like a flopping fish.
I imagine he would.
Barely took a squeeze to get anything out of that guy.
Okay, it's just like getting grosser the longer you talk.
Listen, Orifice, what do you want to know? I mean, I talked with Abel sometimes, but it was sort of like work stuff, like stuff about Valhalla. We didn't talk about anything.
He told me you talked about the material plane, about Lettermore.
Oh, yeah, with that Aiston fella. Yeah, someone's inhabiting your body. Real freaky stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm in her body, so...
Yeah, well, last time boss let us run free down there, I got a few chances to stick my teeth into old Orifice's body, and lo and behold, it wasn't you. Cracked much faster than you did, I should say.
I smile into my wine glass. Bet she would. I was just, I guess, I don't know. I wanted to know if there's anything Abel might have missed. Did you ever get a sense of what she had planned for Riddicy or for Valhalla?
Well, and Beazle sort of looks at Mammon and back at you. Oh, what's in it for me, Sir Orpheus? We're on the material world now. This is my real life. You gotta give me something worthwhile.
I don't... What sort of thing... What sort of thing do you want me to give you?
Well, I'm not
Money?
sure.
I only have a bit. I could buy you a drink.
You gotta get creative, Orpheus. This sounds like important information, and you're an important guy. I bet you could pull some strings, get me something nice, eh?
Absolute spark of genius. You're wearing a wig too, aren't you?
Oh yeah, how'd you know? Sort of picks up the hair and reveals some blotchy scalp.
I plop down the hair growth balm on the table.
Nice.
Both of them squint down and look at it, reading the label. Hey, is this true, Orpheus? Is this a real thing?
It is. Grew back my hair, grew back my relations, eyebrows, and fixed his bald spot. And just look at that mustache over there. I point at Jaya. Thick as it's ever been, thanks to this. There's 7 uses left.
Well, let's have a look at that. And Mammon reaches out and tugs on your hair upward, pulling a little bit.
Ow. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's real good. All right, let me think. If you give us this whole thing, Beazle, it's spill his guts, eh, Beazle? Oh yeah, sure. That sounds real good. Thanks, Orifice.
How about you both spill your guts for the whole thing? Just seems like Beazle's getting the short end of the stick, huh, Beazle?
I mean, it's all right. I'll share what you got. I'm not too picky.
Okay, you're like much nicer here than I thought you'd be.
I mean, Orifice, this is the real world. I mean, no offense again, Valhalla is like a vacation home, I mean, we're still working a little there, but it's like letting off steam. Here you gotta make friends with people, and, well, you seem like a good friend.
Okay,
Listen, I know it's sort of hard to understand, but it's like...
Yeah.
I don't know, people die there all the time, right? Infinitely, forever
Yes.
and ever.
Yes.
It's like
Exactly.
breathing. It means nothing down there, It's just fighting. Up here, breathing is breathing, you know what I mean?
Well, dying's not all there is there. There's more to it.
I mean, it's the warrior's afterlife, Orifice. You go there because you killed too many damn people.
I guess I did. I don't know.
Listen, it's alright. I don't mean to be nothing rude about it. It's just, listen, you're in a bar, you're with friends, alright? Clearly you brought some friends with you. I hope you weren't looking for a fight or nothing. We can
No,
be
of
amicable
course
out of
not.
this.
Look, can we get to the questions part, please? I don't mean to be unfriendly. You have to understand why it's awkward for me to talk to you.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, it's sort of part of the whole song and dance around. Yeah, this is a sort of what I like to think of a sort of seedy underbelly of Waterdeep, you know that? So, you gotta drink a little, chat about idle things before you get into it, unless you're in a rush.
Okay, are you two married to each other or to other people?
The two look at each other, and you see smiles curl up, and they both burst out laughing. Orifice, you fucking idiot. You really think we're married? Oh my god. Nah, we're just best buds. The two throw arms around each other and toothy smiles.
Okay, or to other people?
Nah, I couldn't find love myself, Divorced twice, actually. Beasley had never found love. Yeah, never found love. Still looking for the one, Nah, you'll never find the one.
Okay. Do you have any children? Either of you?
These are some weird fucking questions, Orifice.
You
A little
asked me for
personal.
idle chit chat. I'm giving you idle chit chat. I'm trying to get to know you.
You want to hear about some idle chit-chat, Orifice? There's some real fucking weird stuff you probably should know. Like, me and Beazle sat down just the other day and we learned old Ymir has technically spent more time in Valhalla than here. You know that?
I imagine because of the time dilation.
Yeah, it's right. That means Ymir is more Valhallian than, real person. Isn't that just bizarre?
Okay.
It's just like,
It seems natural to me, but I guess it isn't to you.
No, it's
How
just,
we bond.
they were born
Oh,
here, and it's like, anyway, sorry. I don't mean to make a big thing of it, just thought it was interesting. Me and Beasley are still working up the numbers. As you remember, we don't spend exactly as much time doing shit there as old Rexy.
Is one of you two the planar wizard who gets them there and gets yourselves there?
Oh yeah, that's me, Basil.
Oh, so you are a magician here.
No,
to some
not a
extent.
chance. Not a chance, Sir Orpheus. I don't know magic for shit.
Okay, connect these dots for me.
Well, you see, Rexy's in touch with a lot of fine folk, and some of them are wizards, and some of them are wizards who owe him a lot of money. And, when they're asking for money... Yeah?
No, keep going.
When they're asking for squeezing money out of wizards, sometimes wizards give nicer things, too. So, never cast a spell in my life, Orpheus, but, man, I got a lick of magic items on me.
Oh, good for you, Beazle.
Few real nice ones. I'm trying to learn, That's just not sticking. I wasn't born with none of it, and those books are too hard to learn, you see. Real nasty piece of work. Anyway, these magic items I'm really quite attuned to, you know what I mean?
Sounds good, dude. Sounds good, yeah.
Took a long time to get it all set up, but I've got one that can get us to Valhalla, and then once I'm there, I can cast spells like I want to. It's weird, it's like I was born with the ability there. Luck's a bitch. Anyway.
Interesting that you used the word born.
Well, I mean, I miss going there. I wish, Boss would take us there more often. I'm prettier there, I can cast magics there, it's like the perfect life.
Except for all the dying.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Did Iceland ever approach you all about getting to Valhalla before she was there?
Oh, no, I think she had a way by herself.
By taking my body.
Well, I suppose so, she's got some abilities she's got. Yeah, if we're getting into the real shit now, she learned something from someone.
From who?
Well, I wasn't quite sure of a name. You see, I tried to do all these mental grabbing names out of things and the spell. You know what I mean? Yeah, detect thoughts and stuff.
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
spells, those.
Yeah,
But,
they seem difficult.
It's just she spent a lot of time in the abyss. A lot of time there, and so the memories are all flowing there. But she did a lot of work there, slaughtered a lot of fiends, and they made enough moves to have discussions with demon lords.
Huh.
Eventually, she found someone who knew what it was she was looking for, and it's like she I don't know. It had some. It was fuzzy when I got deeper in there. It's like whatever she was dealing with made it hard for me to see it, but it has something to do with bees.
Has something to do with bees?
Yeah, it's right. Like the hive.
Huh.
It's body swapping magic.
Thrakeen, maybe?
Oh, that's a race of people, my friend. That's bug people.
Sorry. Someone else told me she was investigating the Thrakeen.
Bugs, yeah, maybe. That's like bees. That makes sense to me, don't it?
Sure. As much sense as anything, I suppose. I worry I might be wasting your time with these questions. I guess it's hard for me to know what to ask when I don't know what I'm looking for quite.
Well, I mean, I wish I could tell you more. Unfortunately, most of what I got, I suppose I didn't know what to look for when I was in there, I sort of was mostly intrigued that someone from the outside world actually made it in. It sort of felt dangerous. I mean, old Rexy was real concerned about stuff like that. Rexy thought it's sort of their personal playground there, and learning that someone else was sort of breaking in was like breaking into their hunting ground.
They wouldn't want anyone to know what they did in there, I suppose.
I guess so, or more like it doesn't want anyone to get in the way of all the fun that they were having.
Fun, right, yeah.
Well, push comes to shove, she's not very good with planar magic is all I know. She's just got this body swapping thing. I think she had to make friends to do planar stuff.
Oh god, I can only imagine what sort of friends she made, Jesus.
Yeah, and there's one more thing. The way that she got out of the abyss.
Yeah?
It's this, it's just nasty piece of work, just a little stone.
And that got her... Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Kept seeing the
The
word
architect
architect
is what
over
you
and over
mean.
again. That's right, yeah.
That got her out of the abyss?
That's right, it's a real powerful artifact, she says. One of the most powerful ever. Real dangerous, too. She kept saying that the worst mistake she ever did was put it inside of a bag.
Huh, well...
Anyway, supposedly she got rid of it first chance she got. Lost it or threw it away or something, and hopefully it's rotten somewhere.
Okay. Thank you, Beezel. That was actually quite helpful. I need to ask one more favor for you to keep this hair cream.
Sure.
I need to meet with Rexiamir as soon as possible.
Well, old Rexy's not really in the business of meeting in person right now. A bit dangerous after that old assassination attempt on the masquerade ball. I'm sure you get it. And Mammon sort of pushes in and goes, "Yeah, they're not really trying to meet with you right now. Listen,
They can trust me. They know that.
Nah, what do you want? All right, I'll pass a message, and old Rexy will send you like a note or a postcard or something, mate.
I don't care for this. What I
You really-
need is a new way to visit their wizard at Blackstaff, but I'd rather see them in person.
You got some persuasion, huh?
No, they're the only person who still acts the way they did in Valhalla, and I would like to talk to them.
You don't like
But
the way we
I
act?
understand if I can't do that. No, you're actually weirdly very comforting right now.
Oh, it's the least we can do. No promises once we get back to Valhalla, eh? I'll still stick a knife in you same as always.
It's okay. I don't have a lot to stick knives in, so.
Yeah, I actually learned a new spell. I really want to try it on you, alright?
What is it?
Oh, you'll have to see when we get there. Oh, and the two lock eyes and sort of nudge each other.
Okay.
Real nasty piece of work. I think it'll crack you wide open.
Beazle, from the bottom of my heart, I can't wait. So
Yeah,
we're back in
attaboy.
Valhalla, and you're torturing me, and I die, and I go back to Queen Rudice, and we do it all over again.
Yeah, that's what us and the boss want, you know? He keeps saying, well, you know, there's this problem that we're running into with this Iceland fella. You know, she might be ruining the whole stability of the plane, and especially ruining the fun we're having. So, Rexy, they said, Iceland's got to go.
Iceland's got to go.
Well, we can maybe stage a meeting, but it's got to be important. What are you looking for? A wizard?
Yeah, also just, I don't know, mostly a wizard, yeah.
All right, listen, where you living right
Maybe
now,
a little
eh?
reassurance. To be honest with you guys, I take another sip of wine. I just really want Rexy here to tell me I'm doing a good job.
Ah, look who fucking crashed out of Riddicy. Disgrace night.
Flop face down. Just let me know. I can go see the wizard, or I can talk to Rexymir now, or I can earn the right to talk to them by going to see the wizard and doing that right, and doing the next thing right, and doing things right and right and right until I'm doing a good job.
Listen, Orpheus, where you staying right now?
With my friends at a hotel. Why do you want to know?
I just need the address, you know?
Oh, yeah, Flamin' Boar, room 1309. It's right there.
Oh, it's almost like 1408, my favorite.
That's totally the reference I was trying to make, so thanks for bridging the gap for me.
Well, listen, just keep an eye out for, black parchment, eh? We'll send you a letter with, instructions.
Okay, I want to hug now.
You sort of lean in, and they're both a little awkward and go, are you really Orpheus? This is weird.
It's so weird.
And you feel hugs back as the two of them hug you, and you see Beazle slide the hair cream off the table into a private pocket.
Make the most of that, you guys. Hope you get better from whatever's happening, or I don't know, not. Whatever is your preference. Let's have another round.
Yeah, let's have another round. Hey, Robot, you in on this?
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, you want that job, by the way?
Well, unfortunately, we were looking for something more lucrative immediately.
All right, whatever. Let's go, lads.
Okay, that is the end of my productive conversation with them. I'm just drinking to get drunk.
All right, you guys get up and begin making your way toward the bar. Just as you guys step out of the booth, Dulam, you get a sending in your head.
Oh my god.
Instant.
You sense somebody calling you. Ding, 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 ding. Several sendings are used in this conversation, so feel free to talk freely. I don't want to limit your word choice. You hear the voice of the Lady of Pain in your head.
Oh my god. If you fold tonight, Orpheus is gonna commit suicide.
No, she's gonna be like, I need you arrested immediately.
Dulam, my darling robot, how are you holding up? Doing well, I hope? Doing well, good. Do tell me what you're up to and if you're free. Signed, the Lady of Pain.
Oh god.
Be so careful.
Was that all she said?
That is all that she said.
Oh my god. I would fold.
I know you would.
She asked me how I'm doing? Oh my god, stop.
I'll respond, the group is doing just fine. I am as well. I'm glad you seem to be doing alright. Currently, we're not very free, but we could try to visit at our latest convenience if you'd like.
And Dulam, my dearest, where are you right now? Are you still in Waterdeep, floundering around us there? Riffraff, a lot of them. They don't hold a candle to me, and you know it.
Oh.
Tell
my
me, have you been to the
God.
Undermountain yet? I've done some dealings with the Waterdeep nobles. Rented out the Nernstone to them for a bit. Let them use it in their shitty little dungeon.
That's it. That's cool.
Funny, that place.
Yes, we are still in Waterdeep, and we have visited the mountain. The dungeons were very interesting.
Good, you've seen my handiwork. Well, I'll cut to the chase. I have a job for you.
Yippee!
This is of the utmost importance, and it might excite you and your compatriots, though it will not be easy. I'll need your discretion on the matter before I even list the job. Do I have your approval that you're in a safe location?
Yeah.
I look around. For warning, I am currently slightly inebriated, but I am in a safe location.
Clean yourself up, Dulam. Let me know when you're done.
Sure thing. Can I grab the nearest empty glass?
You freak! That's horrible!
Do you wanna become undrunk?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Dulam, you find a quiet spot, get undrunk. Orpheus, you sort of walk off with the boys, ready to get a drink. You turn back and see Dulam pulling up in a corner, and you watch as, after a moment or so, Dulam fades into the background and disappears. Dulam, as you become undrunk, you exit the lounge.
Sick.
Nice.
Sober now, you're back in the actual top part of the bar, exiting the small demi-plane, and you're back in the actual city of Waterdeep. The bar is quiet, and you have much, much less people here. You see the very familiar satyr woman give you a charming smile from the bar and go back to cleaning it off.
I'll give her a motionless wave, and then I'll try to respond to Lady of Pain again.
Okay. Alright, good. Now that you've cleaned up, the job is simple. I need you and your associates to enter this city and kill Zavrix the Boundless.
Yes.
His time is not. He's been bothering me long enough, bothering my city, and I believe you are all of the task. While he is a powerful wizard, he is alone. I have cut off all of his supply lines, and I have just very recently gotten control of his shop. He is alone with very little but his body. I believe that makes him weak. You see, that mirror and all his knickknacks were the things that gave him the most strength. He's dangerous, though, but I believe that you all could be the exact source of, let's just say, joy that my city needs, removing this shit and somehow installing a more amicable way of entering and exiting my plane. What do you say?
I'm glad you heeded my original advice. I'll talk to my group, but currently I think we would be glad to do this job.
Yes, good. I did heed your advice, Dulam. In fact, I heeded it quite well. We have several watch out looking out for that, the threshold thief still at large.
Perhaps we can find them later, too.
True, and as well, we just celebrated our Flowtide Festival, a marvelous thing. I wish you could have been there. No! I came out and made an appearance, you know.
My apologies. We all wish we were there.
It's alright. I know you're busy with your new Waterdeep compatriots. Now, do be careful when you return. I'll have more details upon your arrival, but nothing I wish to share over the plains. Despite Zavrix's insanity and intolerability, I do think he's still a potent divination wizard when it comes to it. I don't want him listening in on any more. Find me when you can, and we'll have more details as well. Payment. Expect gratuitous payment. Goodbye for now, Dulam.
Great, thank you. Have a good night or evening.
I shall. And the voice goes quiet. You look around and you see Samir is in this room. He's sort of sitting in one of the booths, holding a bottle of what looks like something in his hands, clasped between two hands, and he's looking really worried.
I'll walk up to him. Hello, Samir.
He almost knocks the cup over as he stands up. Where did you go? Where did everybody go? I kept talking to the bartender, but the bartender was giving me nothing, and I was worried that you got kidnapped or killed. He sort of grabs your shoulders and leans down and goes eye contact with you and goes, "Are you okay? Is everybody okay?"
Yes, we're all safe. Don't worry. If you'd like, I'm returning. You can also drink if you'd like.
Wait, going back? Do you have to get drunk to go there?
Unfortunately, I think so.
But I really didn't. Oh, fuck.
You don't have to if you don't want to. I think everyone will be back soon.
You see a pouty face come over him, and he goes, "I'll wait outside. That's fine. Just let me know when you're done."
Sure thing.
He creeps back over to the booth and sits down with a very practiced, like, fake frown.
All right, I'll recycle it.
Okay, you re-enter, boom, 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 and you guys all see Dulam sort of fade into existence in the middle of the bar again.
I hate that you recycled it. I hate like what you're doing now.
I can't ask for another one.
Better the second time.
Always better. And Dulam's back. Whoa.
Whoa.
Guess who?
I just like long blink and that was fucked up.
Sorry, I didn't know I would be gone.
Huh.
The lady at Pain sent me a message.
What sort of message?
She has a job for us.
Oh yeah? Big
Yes.
job, little job, good job, bad job?
I think a good job with gratuitous pay.
That's the best job. What do I got to do?
I'll cast
Save a
message.
princess? Or vanquish a dragon? Or I don't know.
We're supposed to vanquish Zabrix.
I spit out my drink.
Great job! Right
I didn't
now.
tell her. She did say it was the utmost importance, but I think she would give us some leeway.
Okay. I got to get sober at least first.
Yes, we should for sure sleep tonight first.
Good work, Dylan. You know how to cheer a guy up like nobody else.
Thank you. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Sorry, I'm so emotional sometimes.
It's very human.
Whoa.
I think it's a good
I
thing.
make it. Oh, I don't think still. I don't know if human and good thing can even be used in the same sentence, but
Did you have no emotions as a ghost?
I had some emotions. I felt knightly valor. I felt dedication. I felt lonely sometimes. That's about it.
Well, I think these new ones aren't so bad either.
I don't. Let's gather the others if they're not. Can I survey to see what our friends are doing?
Yeah, what is everyone up to?
I tried to pull everyone in the party I could out onto the dance floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. It's if you
Jaya,
recall,
have you ever done a keg stand?
Oh my god. If you recall, the music here is sort of like haunting jazz. Oh shit! Wait, wow,
Oh.
Jaya was a frat boy. That makes sense then.
Whoa,
Oh,
you were
wait.
so cool.
Was?
No, you still are. I bet you still got it in you.
I bet. You know what? Bring me a keg.
Yeah, Jaya.
Is there a keg?
I can only get one drink, but I can only imagine that the one drink Jaya needs right now is a cake.
It's so good.
Yeah, all right, you gather everyone. Abel is also here. How are you done pouting, Orpheus, or can we talk now?
We can talk. What's on your mind?
Not a boy. Well, I hear we have a job waiting for us, but I don't know. There's other things I want to discuss with you. But rather, who is this Zavrix fellow? Is this a fighter?
He's more of a wizardly type.
You know, I'm quite handy in hand-to-hand combat.
I'm well aware of that.
Well, perhaps I get this wizard in a chokehold and you all beat up on him. Flashes a smile.
Doesn't sound so bad.
I'd love to actually contribute something to the group. I feel like I've been a bit of a wastrel lately.
That's
You
not
smiled.
true. You were helpful with the music thing.
Well, I'm still excited to work on that project. Perhaps later tonight you and I can work on that.
Sure.
Excellent. Well, shall we call it a night then?
I could use the
Yeah.
sleep.
All right. And approaching the bartender for an exit. Duelam, you can just leave. The bartender, still an older satyr woman, procures what looks like similar walking stick to the one that you guys saw before, and pours out this time what looks like a runny golden liquid, and puts a drop in a bunch of different shot glasses for each of you, and gives you guys all a wink and goes, "It'll go down real rough, and you might have a headache depending on how drunk you are. Enjoy your rest of your night."
Oh yeah.
Right.
I take that shot.
She winks
Yeah,
at each
shoot
of
it
you.
down.
You notice she spends especially long watching Demos and winks and says sort of generally, "I welcome you all back anytime, eh? Please come visit. I get lonely."
Whoa.
Thank you,
And on-
ma'am. Your drinks are amazing.
"Oh, anything I can do for you, sweetie." And on downing the drink, you feel almost like a extremely acidic drink, citrusy, lemony, go down and your mouth all squinch up, and all of you feel an immediate hangover as all of your drunkenness ends and the entire scene around you fades and melts away, and what returns is the simple wooden and clean, sterile bar of the Quicksilver Liberty Bar. You guys all return, and you see a remarkably similar, perhaps the same bartender sitting and watching you guys and smiling. Some of you, for who of you guys drank a little more than others, your head hurts especially hard now as you are met with a hangover. But you are all sober.
God, why do people do that?
Jaya gets no hangovers.
Oh, the king. Jai
Or
sort of
Orpheus gets
stride
hungover
up.
enough for both of them.
You stride out, Jaya. Orpheus, you and Mammon and Beazle even got a couple of drinks together, just sort of sharing old war stories from different sides.
Yeah.
And
What are the boys?
Jaya can join in with war stories as well.
What are the boys?
I like to think most of them end with like Orpheus dying horribly, but I'm like, yeah, that's what happened.
Exactly what it was. And on the outside, Samir jumps up from his booth and runs over and goes, I'm so glad to see you all alive and well and not kidnapped. That is very scary. You sort of like melted away.
Oh god, my head hurt.
We missed
Where did you go? Was that another plane? That is quite powerful magic for a simple bar.
Yeah, no, it was pretty sick. I ain't never seen nothing like that. We were in a whole nother plane, and it was kind of crazy.
Wow, this should be studied. A plane you can only enter when you're drunk. How interesting.
And I wonder if it's only specific to that plane, or if it's like one big plane and everybody who gets really drunk goes there.
Goes there. How
That's the first time
fascinating.
I've been there.
We should study this. You know, I don't think I ever wanted to be a planar magician, but it could be interesting. It seems like there's lots of different ways to get to planes.
Yeah, I guess so. Everybody's
Yeah, and I think
got different.
that way was.
You seem chipper higher. You feeling better?
I don't know. It was nice. It was nice being drunk for a little while. So I maybe have a hangover.
That's all right. You still have your ring. That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
All right. Is it off to bed now?
Immediately.
All right, you guys exit the bar then and head on back. The group of you travel the dark streets now. A decent amount of time passed while you were in there. You're not sure if it was time dilation or just everyone being drunk, but it's late now, past midnight, you think. And the night of Waterdeep continue on. You guys have actually pretty much seen every hour of the day here, but the nightlife is pretty much like all others, well occupied by what looks like all manner of folk, doing whatever the night desires. On your walk back, which is a brisk walk, about 10 minutes in the cool spring air, you make it back to the Flaming Boar. On the walk, Abel sort of pulls up beside you, Orpheus, and sort of nudges you. Are we really going to pout all night? I want to discuss things with you. You know, you and I haven't had a proper chat since I've arrived here.
I know that. Sorry.
Well, I have things I want to talk to you about, Orpheus. I mean, for one, well, do you remember how when we were in Valhalla, I oftentimes boasted about my grandeur lifestyle that I had when I was alive?
I recall something like that, yes.
Well, as you know, most of those might have been a bit of overplayed storytelling, not quite true, and, well, ever since arriving back, it's got me thinking, what was my life like here? Who was I? Is there really an Abel, a human Abel out there somewhere who was like me? It always
Wait, you
interests
don't remember?
me. Well, not well, Orpheus, you know that. I remember bits and pieces, but not names, not places. It's more like feelings and ideas and, well, songs.
Songs. I
creative
never
thoughts.
realized. But you remember what you looked like, right?
Not exactly, Orpheus. I mostly have this sort of grand version of what I thought I looked like. I knew I at least was male, I believe, and I knew I sort of was this, I believe, human-like creature, but beyond that, I'm
we
not
were
sure.
all humans. I think that's what I found out for sure, though. I guess I'm not positive, but people call it the human afterlife, so...
Ah, well, that proves that. But beyond that, Orpheus, I didn't know that much, and it's got me thinking. I wonder what I was like. I mean, imagine it was thousands of years ago, considering the time was Pala, but damn it, I want to know. I want to maybe find an old grave spot, or perhaps an old sailor who knows my tale. Wouldn't that just be lovely? And, well, it got me thinking about you too, Orpheus.
Yeah.
What was your life like, outside of Valhalla, before it? I mean, clearly you were a warrior, same as... What did you do? What were you like?
I thought everyone knew.
Do you?
No, I mean, that I don't. You all remembered. I don't know anything.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Orpheus, I do remember lots, but you don't remember anything, do you?
Nothing at all, no.
See, I have starting points. I have colors and feelings and textures, smells and tastes. And, well, I believe I can use those to determine about whereabout I lived, or the people that I knew. In some of these alehouses, I smell just a faint whiff of something I remembered from being alive. I'm still trying to find that ingredient. I believe I might have found it tonight in that marvelous beverage I had. The bartender called it coconut. It was familiar to me.
Oh, coconut. Maybe you were a sailor.
Perhaps I was. what irony to be born into a sailor's life this time, or perhaps I was born on some tropical isle to be a warrior among their people. I'm not sure, Orpheus, but, well, it's got me thinking about my life and thinking about yours. Haven't you been curious about what you were like?
It feels very far away, I suppose.
Well, but if we are to believe this Iceland that Riddicy was alive not a few dozen or so years ago in this world, then perhaps people are alive that knew who you were. They could teach you more about your character. You could even perhaps meet your very own family. There are people who might miss you here, Orpheus. Friends, and you might even have a lover.
No, I don't think that one.
Or
I
youth.
guess I hadn't thought of that.
Just a thought. Listen, it's nothing we have to do immediately, but I thought perhaps as we continue around, it's worth asking around, you know? Of course, I know you don't know your name when you're alive.
What can I ask for? A human warrior, probably, who died?
Listen, let's just
Not
move
lots of
slowly,
awful.
alright? I know that's hard to work with, but I just, you know, I just want to make sure you're interested in it all. Just keep an eye peeled.
It's a nice thought. I do wonder, I remember things sometimes here. Sort of. Familiar sensations, but I'm never sure if it's my memories or Iceland's physical memories, you know?
I suppose
How
those
can you
are
be
hard
sure?
to differentiate, yes.
How do you know you liked the coconuts? What if that's just this sailor's body you're in? But you said it felt like more than that.
Yes, it did. It was a memory, a true memory. It was like an instinct. Do you ever have those? Some sort of instinct that wasn't yours?
Yes, all the time, actually.
Yes, I believe that's proof. I know what you're saying, that you're inhabiting another body, and I suppose I am too. It could be my body that enjoys this coconut, but I knew it before then. You didn't, but I believe these feelings that you get, those feelings of some sort of otherworldly instinct, you should follow them, lean into them and learn from them, create a picture from them, and then ask people about it. That's all.
I'll do that. I think I will. Thank you.
Atta lad, and he slaps you on the back just as hard as the last few times. Now then, time to get my beauty sleep.
Yeah, you need it, buddy. It's all you got going for you.
And does anyone else want to do anything on the walk back?
No.
No.
I actually had a quick question. Hi, Samir here. Higher, that ring you have, the blue one. I couldn't help but notice how upset you were over losing it. I know it is precious to you, a religious piece, but if you don't mind me asking, is that from your goddess?
Yeah. I think so. I think it was from my goddess. I don't know. One day I showed up and my mom had it and said it was for me, and I don't know. It really helped, and I don't know. It feels like her, I guess, my goddess. It feels like kind of the only piece of home I'm holding on to, I guess. And I don't know. I feel like lately my emotions have been everywhere all the time. The idea of that continuing to happen without me having a way out kind of scared me, I guess.
I mean, that makes perfect sense, Higher. And with a neutral smile, he goes, that makes me happy that you have that piece of home to hold on to. You know, it got me thinking. When we talk to your people in the plinth, in the religious world, the temples people there were confused where they came from and why they couldn't talk to their god. And you remember that older gentleman we talked to said that they had not heard from your goddess since they had arrived. And you still can. I mean, you still cast these spells. I wonder if perhaps this ring, you're more connected to her because of it. It's like a focus or some sort of way that she can contact you better than others.
That's interesting. I never thought about it.
But it's
like
just
that.
a theory, but I almost, I see now why you cared about it so much, and, well, I don't think we should lose it. And I will help you keep an eye on it, you know? I'm sorry that it was almost taken from you today, especially by some asshole leader guy who could have just walked away with it. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, well,
Yeah,
it is yours.
I mean, I would have let it go for the right reasons, I guess, but
this wasn't the right
no,
one.
that
And
guy
it
was
is,
a prick.
it is important to you. It might be the connection you have to your goddess. I will... And he sort of smiles and he goes, I will help you look after it, okay? Just, I want to make sure that it stays safe. If it ever gets lent out, I'll make sure to stay on it too, because I can tell it matters to you, and you care.
Thank you, Samir. I know it's been kind of hard for the group lately, but
Oh, well, of course, but you've had a tough time too. Everybody has. That doesn't mean that we all have to be sad together.
yeah, I kind of liked being happy with everyone in the bar, at least for a little bit.
Yeah. It was nice. You got to dance. You danced well.
Oh God, I thought you didn't go in.
Oh shit!
Well,
Maybe somebody told me.
Oh God.
Listen, we still can have these nice moments. Sometimes bad things happen, but I think we take them in stride. Besides, now it sounds like we might have a mission to. What did Dulam say? Kill Zavrix? That's sort of crazy, but he was one of my worst enemies when we lived in Surkat. Honestly, one of the few enemies I have in my entire life. I feel like if we get rid of him, a lot of our troubles might go away.
I hate to say it, but I think that just made my day. Oh wow, what a great day it is.
Okay.
We'll look forward to that.
Right. All right, and you guys arrive at the Flaming Boar. It looks the same as it did before. You notice all the same frivolities and heavy drinkers are going at it in the grand mess hall in the center of the, looks like, large open space of the middle of the building. You guys curve your way up the spiral stairs to your private rooms and find that Samir, who is no longer booked in the extremely fancy room several floors up, now recently got the room back right next to you guys, so you can be the twinned rooms. He goes
Is it
to
on
his...
the other side than his old room was?
It is actually the same room that his old room was.
Wow. A lot of faith in that housekeeping.
I know. I'm being very brave. He walks in. You notice he sort of pokes his head in first and, like, have you guys look in to make sure Malagus isn't there, and he's not. And making your way back into your own room, you find Malagus sprawled out asleep on the bed next to Tick with Monty and the other.
Aw.
All right. Good night,
Mally.
you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll have lots of fun things to do. I think things are getting better now. All right, you guys all settle in for the evening. Is there anything anyone would like to do before the bed?
Orpheus, I'm worried about Deimos, that he might have gotten cursed from that book. Do you mind casting Identify on him?
Sure, just give me a minute.
I will rub my hands together to warm him up and slap him down on Deimos' arms.
Hey, not to be stupid, but how did I figure out everyone's diseases earlier? Does anyone remember?
Wasn't it like detect poison or disease?
Yeah, I thought you had like a detect poison spell.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just missed it when I was looking through my spell list.
No,
Maybe I deleted it. Oh, never mind. I'll also cast that on Deimos.
Just doing the full fucking panel on Deimos. The full fucking panel. All right, so you cast all these things on Deimos. No diseases or poisons on Deimos, but higher. Unbelievably, your intuition was right. You notice a new small curse on Deimos.
What?
Other than the one that Deimos already has, he sees everyone who's performed the red ritual. You notice a small, what looks like necrotic curse attached to Deimos. It's small and festering, but it looks like it's somehow attached to the book. You can tell that if Deimos read any more of the book with this curse attached, something might happen.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't like that. I would like to try to remove curse.
It's a light curse, and you clean it up nicely, and Deimos, you don't even feel any different afterward. It was very dormant, and nothing was happening directly. But the curse is lifted, and higher, you check again, and it's gone now. And Deimos, you're still not feeling any different.
Gosh, I guess that nibble was worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, no, that book
We
is
all
fucked
eat
up.
Things that are bad for us sometimes.
I feel, Deimos, you've done so much recently for the group. I feel like, between the sacrificing your body at the temple, and now this, I don't want to see you keep on getting hurt, but thank you for it all.
Yeah, of course, higher. I mean, if there's anything I can do to help, I feel the need. Speaking of, gosh, when is the ritual for your brother?
I believe it's in 3 days, but
That's right, 3
I might
days.
be wrong about
So
that.
after today, it's in 2 days.
And I don't believe we paid up front for the ritual, did we?
No,
No.
Oof.
we do not have the funds, and still do not.
Oof.
We
Okay.
we have a fund bank though that Dulum has
Yeah.
that we all contributed some to.
Okay.
Oh, okay, sick.
But it's not enough. But like we're not going off of what we all have written in our coin purses because I know that's fuck all.
Yeah, I'm afraid we'll be working for a few days.
That is alright. Working is alright. Also, I'm going to bed. Good night. Sorry, Samir's bed. Samir's in bed. Excuse me.
Good night, Arvelas.
That was my father's name.
Oh, my bad.
It is alright. Good night, Tyre. All right. Is there anything else you guys like to do for your long rest? Luckily, no one has to be on watch tonight, so you guys can just go to bed.
8-hour alarm spell on the book.
Right on the book. Perfect. Okay. So you guys all bed down for the evening. The night goes on, pretty much without a hitch. There isn't much really to be said of dreams that you guys were having. Honestly, for the most part, you guys are all pretty dog tired from getting like kind of drunk in the middle of the night and woken up.
Mm-hmm.
But now, in the middle of the night, to our one awake member of the party, Dulam. Dulam, you noticed Abel went to sleep almost immediately, completely forgetting about that plan that he had to join you in making music. He seemed to almost immediately pass out. As well, you noticed Samir stopped by at some point, very quietly opening the door, checking in, seeing who was asleep, and then leaving without saying a word.
I did it on purpose, for the record.
And at about 2 or 3 a.m., Dulam, you hear a voice. It's quiet and distant. It first sounds like it's down the hallway, and you sort of clock it like it is so. But then it sounds closer, and then it dawns on you. The voice is not speaking any language you've ever heard. Not common. In fact, it's not even a language at all, you think. It's more like grunts and sounds of like a newborn trying to speak. And then the very small bag of denim and leather on your side slowly moves and twitches.
What the fuck?
You see emerging from it are a few dark-colored fingers of a humanoid slowly leaving the bag. This is actually going to be where we end for.
Oh my god.
This is our stopping point. You get back in there, or so help me.
Down, boy.
And that's a good stopping point, you guys. Thank you for coming with me on this excellent adventure. That has been the Unpack Goes Blazing. That's a good stopping point. Great work. You know, this was one of those episodes that nothing bad happened, really. Like, it was mostly
Yeah,
happy.
nothing bad happened to us, but bad things still happen.
I got Power Word killed in front of us.
I was so ready for you to counterspell it again, Dulam. I thought that would be so funny.
Would have been a hoot.
Just keep pranking this guy.
I know you guys have been waiting in eager anticipation all week, and probably many weeks before, because this poll I'm here to bring you is actually from episode. Was it 20? I figured out which poll it was, but I don't remember episode.
Come on,
24.
Sham, get in there.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good one. I want to say.
Yeah, it is actually a good one. All right, today we are bringing you the results of the poll from episode 24, Mother of All Magic. This poll was, of course, what disease did Hire miss? This is during our first disease identification. I'm actually so glad we had a little callback to that at the end of the episode. So I'm going to go least to highest votes
Higher.
with absolutely 0 votes. Oro Trenchfoot. You guys know I keep the dogs clean. I keep them clean and dry.
Hello, you don't even look at them.
I do now. I look in between every toe. Could you hear the instant I stopped liking what I was saying?
Yeah. This is really good.
After that, with 1 vote, we had Jaya Sundowning.
Oh, that one.
I don't know
See,
how
that
you
one
guys
is
think
real,
Jaya
though.
doesn't
I
have
remember
that.
that
Yeah.
one being confirmed by the DM.
Yeah, that feels true.
Hello.
Then tied was Dulam's Rust Bugs and Smear's Memento Disease.
Rest bugs.
Then an echelon above that, we had Malagus's Every STD and Deimos's Snout Rot. And in first place, with 5 votes, Hire's Evil Compulsions.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wow, 1/3 of all votes were Hire's evil compulsions.
Well, they're evil. They were not picked up by the spell, so there we go. There's the facts.
Guys, I got it from the book. It's not me.
This episode, we are asking you, what's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
Is that funny to anyone? I assume it's funny to everyone listening. Your options are number 1, friends, smile. Number 2, tiny monkeys, in parentheses, Bagatha and her ilk. Ilk. Number 3, Slender Man. Number 4, Maisie.
Can we have Jaya copies as an option?
Yeah, her children.
Number 5.
No.
Jaya's children.
The Jaya-ites.
Yeah.
Jayalings. Yeah. Cross out Maisie. Number 4, the Jayalings.
Yeah.
Jaya Army. Rise.
Jaya Army.
Okay.
I think I was
That
doing
is your
this
poll.
for so long.
Now, while you're voting in our poll, which you should do, whether you're listening to this episode the day it comes out or fucking 3 years down the line, because I go back and check old polls, and when I see the little votes click up, it makes me smile, makes me feel warm. But once you're done voting in the poll, you should go ahead and shoot us a follow on Spotify. This will make sure you don't miss our episode next Monday, which would make you sad. It would make me sad. It would make Mason really sad.
I'll cry.
And if you liked this episode and our podcast in general, you should rate us. Rate us 5 stars. Rate us 4 stars, maybe. Anything lower than that, don't fucking bother. Don't do it. You can also comment on Spotify. Bet you didn't know that. No one does, but you can do it. I'll read them.
Yeah.
And in our Spotify bio, you can find our little link tree. This has helpful links like our podcast on freaky other platforms. I recently met some people who listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, and that really freaked my bean.
Boo, boo.
Boo, boo.
Oh,
No, just
yeah.
kidding. Actually, if you rate us on Apple Podcasts, that would be good too, because I learned you can do that and no one does, because who fucking uses Apple Podcasts? But rate us there. Also, Amazon Podcasts. You'll find our links to all that in our Spotify bio. Also, you'll find a link to our email address. That's theruntpack@gmail.com. Send me an email. Any emails you send, I read with my own 2 beautiful eyes. I'm good at reading. You might be surprised because my character doesn't like reading. When I read every letter. I don't miss even one. And I'll type letters back to you that will arrange in an order you find enjoyable. Also, you should check out our subreddit, also in that handy link tree. That's r/theruntpack. Is it r/runtpack? Fuck. That's r/runtpack. It's a great place for your fan art, fan theories, fan content, fan fiction. I think we also have an AO3 for your sexy fan fiction. Keep it classy on the Reddit, guys. Probably kids on there. No, actually, do you think
on the AO3.
Yeah, slut it up on the AO3. I mean, fuck it if we're not giving you content to work with. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's the most important thing. Also, check us out on TikTok at the Runt Pack. And most importantly, don't forget to listen next Monday.